Oh shit. And we got something special for y'all today. Today is for the first time in Victory Talk history, we actually have a guest, right? And a special guest. Let's get into it. Let's go. Drop it. Y'all missed it. We was off air. Myron was just talking about how hard that beat is. He was like, man, you gonna get a copyright strike? I'm like, nah, man, I made that.
Yo, that's different because I keep getting hit with the copy IDs and I'm just like, I wish I was a musician.
Should I come out of retirement to make Myron a beat?
Hey, bro, I need one, man. Fede keeps getting me in trouble.
We'll see what's up. Yo, listen, guys, Victory, we got a very special guest today in the building. My dog for years. How long we know each other?
Since 2019, 2018? 2018, 2019.
Mad long.
Yeah.
Right. Before he became rich and famous, before he became the co-host of one of the fucking best podcasts ever. You know what I'm saying? Definitely the fastest growing I've ever seen.
Yeah, right? we're blessed, man.
Yeah, man. But he's also got a new book that just came out today. Why? I got to put it in front of my face.
It's okay. I got you.
No, let me get the
Why women deserve that less.
Come on, man. Why women deserve less. Why women listen. As soon as I read the copy, as soon as I read the title, I thought, Myron, where you gonna put your Pulitzer? Have you thought about it? Where you gonna put it? Like shelf space? For the award? Nah, man. Why we're gonna talk about this and much more. Yeah, man. Yo, welcome, bro.
No, dude, I'm happy to be here and I'm honored to be your first guest.
Yeah, seriously. Man. Yo, the first guest. You know, we was kind of thinking like, I ain't really want guests on this shit for like mad long.
Understandably so.
I remember when you was, I mean, now you don't have a problem getting guests, right? But initially, you know, like you was like, yo, you know, you was reaching out to me and everyone else to try to like, you know, help you get guests, right? So I would hit people up on your behalf, and I thought about that. I was like, it's effective. However, if it was my main thing, I could concentrate on it like you, right? I would half-ass it at this point because I got other shit going on. But man, now
and even now, Fresh does most of it. Like I get guests now too, but like I just started like getting guests more often now. But in general, like it's even something that I outsourced once we started getting bigger and bigger because Fresh is he's massive, way better networker.
He's outside
more
right
patience.
now.
Yeah, more patience than me.
Yo, shout out to Fresh. Yeah. I know he's covered in diamonds right now in somebody's club. It's VIP doing God knows what. I'm on his close friends, man. So I
see the shenanigans.
I see it, man. I deleted Instagram off my not the app.
Oh,
not my account, just off my phone.
Smart.
Yeah, man. Just, I got my head down.
It's right a time suck, dude.
I got my head down right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It goes.
That's why you make the big bucks.
I downloaded the post, you know, respond to some of y'all if y'all asking me about how to grow your fitness business and shit. Then I'm right back off. You know what I'm saying? Because I won. I just hit 1 million. I'm like, okay, you beat the game. What else?
But I noticed that. Congratulations, by the way.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Listen,
it's not easy to hit 1M on IG, especially as a dude.
Yeah, as a dude.
Seriously, come on, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I've always said it like as a guy, if you got 100,000 followers on Instagram, that's like 2 million for a girl. As a dude with 1 million, that's like 10 million for a girl.
It's like that.
Yeah.
I'm so basically
Inflation messing us up.
Yeah. No, they
Wait, what? We on YouTube, right?
Yeah, no, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? You just got 1 million subscribers on YouTube.
Yes.
That's what's up, man. How long did it take you?
It took us, we posted our first video on the pod. Well, actually, I posted my first video in May of 2020, but we posted our first podcast episode in October of 2020. So yeah, just about 2 years.
2 years, man.
A little under 2 years, I think we we hit 1M, I think, in November. So like 13 months.
Come on, man.
Or 20.
Man. Let's give my man a round of applause.
5 months. Yeah.
Listen, and I still not at a million, and I've been like 10 years, just to put that in perspective on like how fast
you're right there,
though. I'm right there. It's only a matter of time. But it's not gonna be as impressive, right? Because I know motherfuckers is doing it in 2.
Well, it's actually like
it's a testament to how like well you guys have done.
I
right?
appreciate that, man.
Now I'm not shitting on me, of course, but I'm just talking about like how well you guys have done.
Yeah, like the YouTube algo is weird. It's like if you're consistent, it rewards you. But if you take like any time off, like considerable amount of time off, they'll like punish you hard. It's almost like harder to get back on and then get back. You know what I mean?
I took 2 years off.
Yeah. And like the fact that you gain like like 200K, something like that, subscribers while taking that amount of time off, that's actually impressive.
Come on, man. Hey, let's give a shout out to me.
YouTube
shout out to me.
And that's no BS. Like that's for real. Like YouTube really punishes you if you take time off. So to be able to come back and gain 200K.
Yeah, a lot of it is I got to thank my team though, right? It's Nima and Harry and you need Ryan, to have a good team with the shorts, and stuff like Ryan McGinn.
YouTube is hyper competitive. You called it, bro. I remember asking you this back in 2019. I think at the end of 2019, I was like, "Yo, I'm thinking about getting into YouTube," and you told me, "Yo, it's a tough game. It's very competitive," and that got even harder because once the pandemic hit, like everyone jumped on YouTube and started making content. So it was like the bar was raised where there's people with damn near production, level quality on there. It used to be like YouTube was kind of like a fun thing. Like I could take my Sony camera. Woo, here's my vlog. Yeah. Bro, that like almost doesn't cut it anymore. If you're going to do a vlog now, you got to be like a Casey Nemat or some like with crazy transitions and all this drones and all that. It's tough.
But you found out a cheat code.
Yes.
Hose.
Exactly. Real force.
What made you? You know what I like about you, man. Now, and I read the whole book today. It came out today, and I read the whole thing today. Right?
Yeah, I knew you would knock it out quick. You're a speed reader.
It's not
86 pages. Yeah, it's short.
It's good.
Nice and concise.
That's good. It's concise.
Yeah.
Some of these books don't need to be this fucking long. Bro.
Yeah.
It could have been a fucking chapter.
Well, that was my goal. I was like, bro, this book needs to be short because, well, of course, women deserve less.
Yeah, man. You can't, exactly. That's why you made the book short, because you can't be giving these hoes too much. Man, this motherfucker's a genius. The book
link released on Valentine's Day.
Link is in the description. Link is in the description if you want to get it. Fuck was I about to say, man? It was fire though. I don't remember what it was.
We were talking about book length, content creation.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the book, you talk about, man, how like women that flip some of this shit have been able to capitalize.
Yeah.
Right. Off how horny men are, basically. With OnlyFans or just being strippers or provocative or just finding a ball or whatever, they've been able to capitalize on it. But you were able to capitalize on them.
Yes,
you flipped it on them.
Yeah,
and you started using ass and titties.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget about the titties to actually grow your shit.
Yeah.
What made you think of that, man?
So the story for that happened where I'll never forget this. So this is back. Me and Fresh went on a double date with 2 girls, and
white girls, I'm assuming.
Well, no, my chick was Mexican. She was from Vegas, and then Fresh girl was white. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I know how you guys. Yeah. I know how you guys get down.
So we were we had been drinking a bit. I ain't gonna lie. And Fresh, this is one of the few times, because Fresh, like, we'll both of us really rarely drink, if ever, especially once the podcast started to take off. Yeah, we both pretty much quit.
That's what's up. Shout out to Stop Drinking. I quit drinking.
Yeah, it's so, dude, it's so terrible. It's retarded. Yeah, it's absolutely stupid. It's one of the fastest ways to destruct your productivity.
Word.
But yeah, I forget what we like went out to go celebrate or whatever. But either way, Fresh is like buzzed, and this is rare. And he looks at me and he's like, bro, we should go live right now. And I was like, what? Live right now? And it's like midnight. And I was like, all right, let's do it. Okay, whatever. I'm with a White Claw in my head. Okay, let's do it. Whatever. Who gives a shit? Right? So we go live and we just start asking questions. And then people were like, yo, this is awesome, blah, blah, blah. Because we kind of figured out right then and there that, well, we already knew, right? Guys like us know that like there's a large disconnect between what women say versus what they do. But for it to be exemplified and 4K is another thing.
In real time.
Yeah, is a whole other thing. So, and the other thing too is that a lot of men, let's keep it 1,000, like don't interact with women that often. They'll see stuff on the internet here and there.
Dorks
they might talk to a girl here and there sometimes. Yeah.
Yo,
right?
No, I'm just playing.
So a lot of guys don't really see like female nature unfolding in front of them real time, and they can actually influence it with a live chat. So that's kind of what like started it. And then from then we just started having discussions with girls. And I mean, the delusion speaks for itself. I knew that like girls in general were fairly delusional, but like now I'm like convinced that like a majority of women are delusional. And we've talked to almost 2,000 girls, bro, from different walks of life, different professions, different educations, different backgrounds. Like I think we've talked to girls from 44 countries, 48 states.
Really? Because every time I'm on there, it's nothing but fucking thoughts who did some college or got a GED. I ain't never met how come the motherfucker when I'm on there, there's never no motherfucking Rhodes scholars.
That's what I tell Chris, bring the crazy ones.
All right, let me ask you. All right, okay, we're good. We're gonna get back to all that, right?
Yeah.
But I want to stay on this for a second. Right. So but once you saw the response,
yeah,
then you were like, oh shit, let's lean into this more.
Yeah. So I look at it like this. So we live in a crazy world now where like people like girls get attention, right? But what I look at it is like, all right, come to after hours, get some entertainment, and then stay for the education later on. So a lot of people find us through after hours, right? Which is the girl show. And then they'll be like, oh, this is entertaining. And then they'll come in and they'll tune in like on a daytime show. We're talking about how to use dating apps appropriately, or how to cold approach, or how to make money,
how to build your credit.
When you're on, trying
to get that money
exactly.
When I'm on.
And then they'll be like, whoa, these guys are diversified. Like I'm getting more like value out of this. And then, you know, they'll eventually find like maybe Fresh's vlog where they figure out how to buy a car with less money down, or they'll watch my channel, Fed It, where they'll see
how to kill cover.
Exactly. Yes.
You know
without getting caught.
And it's like, so it's like a Bible with a Playboy cover.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got to get them in.
You got to get them in,
right? And then they're like, oh wow, there's way more here than just arguing with bimbos.
Funny you should mention that, because that was my initial strategy, right?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you watch like my old videos, man, I always had chicks in the videos doing the workouts, right? Even though it was all guys watching, right? And I wouldn't be like talking crazy or doing crazy shit with them. They were just in the video.
Yeah.
But you know what? There was a channel, and it's still out. I think it was called like Bikini Workouts, right? And it's just girls working out in bikinis, right? And I saw that every time they posted videos getting millions of views. And I was like, oh, this is what they want. And I didn't have chicks in bikinis. They were wearing regular clothes. Yeah. But I was like, okay, let's lean into that a little bit, you know? So we would just always have girls in the videos doing the workout videos with us.
Of course.
But it's normal, right? Like some P90X shit or Insanity. There's women there too, right?
Yeah.
But I wasn't trying to sell to the women. Of course not. My supplement company was called Bro Labs.
Yeah.
Right. We were going strictly after guys, balls. But we wanted to bring them in. We wanted this chick to put her ass on the screen, because that would bring the guys, who would then give us money.
Yeah.
Right. It seems like you followed a similar strategy.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, definitely. Like the girls bring the guys in, right? They get some entertainment and they're like, all right, this is cool. And then it'll prompt them to check out your other stuff. And then that's where most people get the real value, where we give them like how to make money, how to invest in real estate, how to, get into index funds, stock market, etc. When we bring you on, how to start a business, how to run a fitness business, all these types of things. And then if I'm not an expert in it, I'll bring someone who is, like you. Yeah. Right. So I think
me.
Yeah, exactly. Like starting a fitness business. Cause I mean, you were able to help me scale up my fitness business to 100K a year, right?
Yeah.
When I was a Fed. So, So if I don't know it, I'll bring someone that's expert that can do it. And I think that's where people really get the value. Cause I get so many comments from people like, yo, I used to watch After Hours, but now I focus more on the Money Mondays or the daytime shows or whatever.
You got them in there.
Yeah.
You got them in there, right? You don't want to, listen, you can say what you want, Myron. I know you scouring Miami for the most retarded hoes you can find. I know it. I know it. Right,
bro. I wish I was, man. But they just all crazy.
You ain't never been to no labs. We're the scientist hoes, right? Come over here. You ain't never.
We actually had some crazy feminists on. I had one on yesterday, and then last week we had some on with Sneeko. And bro, it's crazy. What I've realized is like, typically the more educated the girl is, right, or the more money she earns, the more 10 toes down she is on her belief systems of I won't settle, I want a man that's better than me, etc. It heightens their wants and needs.
Well, there's no way around that, Myron.
No.
You know that, right? You're saying, like, think about it. Like,
there's no way around it.
Like, leave your political shit aside. I'm apolitical, right? But think about like someone like Hillary Clinton, right? How like she was like in her own right, she was successful, right? Lawyer, top shit. She had to marry the fucking president, right?
No,
you know what I'm saying? Like, they're always going to date up. That's just how it always is.
But what I'm saying is that they'll say some BS like, I want a 50-50 partnership. When in reality, they don't. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to, like,
okay.
So they'll come on and they'll say, I want a 50-50 partnership. I want a man who's my equal. I want a guy that can match me. All the typical things that women say. But the reality is they don't want that. They want a guy.
Beyonce had to go get Jay-Z.
Yes. No matter, like, and it's crazy because if a girl makes like $1 million a year, right, and is super successful and can provide her own security, she still expects you to come in with 56% more on average and provide even more security.
Yeah, and that's
no. Here's which is not wrong with that.
Yeah,
but they be capping.
Okay, so your issue is that you feel like they lie about it.
Yes.
Okay.
Very disingenuous about what they're actually want.
I thought I was under the impression a little bit, right, that maybe you were like mad that they wanted it.
No, I accept it.
I got.
I accept it.
You gotta accept.
I accept it 100%.
Because the whole shit that, I never called myself red pill. Because like y'all got too many rules, man. You can't fucking jag off. you gotta be okay with women driving and shit. Like you don't like it. I think it's cool when my girl drives all the time. I don't even got a driver's license, right? So I can't be red pill because my girl lied.
We don't say girls can't drive.
Oh, it's not one of the rules?
Nah, man.
I thought that was one of the rules.
Well, my rule, I don't let a girl drive. No, I'm just kidding. They shouldn't have driver's license. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I mean, I
never said they shouldn't drive. I said they shouldn't vote. No, I'm just joking.
Well,
joking. No, they should vote. I was joking. That was a joke. That was a comedy joke.
Well, I'll say this. Don't say.
Let's go back. Let's go back. Let me know what I'm saying. I thought you was complaining about it or like about the way it is. Because I would know this. Like, okay, women want guys with resources, right? And if I was a hot chick, I would want that too, right? Like, if I knew I could get it, and I knew I didn't have to settle for a broke boy, why should I? Right? Like, I would be thinking the same thing. Like, it only makes sense, So I just thought, oh, okay, then I just got a ball for the girl. I just got a ball. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I'm so big on. I tell guys like, there's no way around it, and I talk about it in the book. Like, it's only going to get worse. Actually, a study came out literally like a week and a half ago. And it said that like the top 5% of guys are by far like the most promiscuous with all the girls. So it's becoming even tighter and tighter as far as like guys having sexual access. So I predict, right, it's not going to get better. It's going to only continue to get worse. And that's why I'm so big on guys like, bro, being a regular guy nowadays is you're limiting yourself significantly. If your goal is to get the most chicks, if you want to get bad chicks, you want to get a lot of girls, like you got to be well diversified in all avenues. I'm not just saying just have money.
One good one. You know what I'm saying? One.
If you max out one, you could leverage it. But what I've noticed is that if you max out one and you're deficient in others,
no, I didn't mean like. I mean like if you just want to get one girl, right?
Oh yeah.
With like everyone.
Yeah,
right? You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like it's. No.
If you have one moderately attractive girl, like you can't get a girl unless you're taking her from other people. And if you got like a very attractive girl, you best believe you're beating her out from very high status men.
No hot girl is ever 100% single.
Facts.
Right? So if you get her, that means you took her from somebody.
Absolutely.
You took her from somebody.
My thing is if you're gonna compete and be able to have like an actual choice in women, you got to be the best version of yourself. Like the days of making you know, and I talk about this in the book too, like, you know, the 50s, like when you can, you know, raise a family on one income, have the nuclear family, have your wife stay at home, etc.
Beat your wife. Those days are over.
They're gone, bro.
Yeah,
they're gone. They're seriously gone. So it's like you really got to be like an exceptional man nowadays, at least in the United States. Some guys are kind of combating that by going, you know, abroad and getting girls there, which I ain't gonna knock you if you do that. But if you want girls here, that's just how it is.
Yo, those guys say, you know what?
The passport bro movement.
It's like, yo, I don't want to compete. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna find a girl in Indonesia. I'm gonna go to the Philippines and find me a
which, if you don't understand female nature, you're still gonna take L over there too.
Come on, man.
You still gotta know. So it's like, you know, the only difference is that the girls are, how do I say this? They're more feminine and understand their roles better, but they're still women. It doesn't matter where you go. You still gotta have the fundamentals down.
Yeah, you gotta be a G. That's why, you know, on this podcast, it's almost all guys who watch it.
Yeah,
100%. Who watch all my content, all my social media is almost all guys. And that's why I don't even really talk about getting women, because all you got to do is build what is it, guys? Money, muscle, mindset, right? And if you do that, right, then you won't even have to worry. Your biggest problem would be like, oh shit, so many hoes. These fucking hoes. Jesus Christ. Can y'all take some of these hoes?
Yeah.
That's the kind of problems I want y'all to have. Guys be like, how do you pick up girls? What? I'm gonna be out here chasing. Nah, you got to be a G. You got to be the man. Yeah,
chasing girls is always it's a waste of time, bro. To be honest with you, I mean, there's not this. And here's the thing: there's a difference between like pursuing and chasing. You'll shoot your shot, of course, and, you know, pursue within reason. But once it stops being reciprocal, that's when you need to really like cut your losses. And I think that's what differentiates a simp, right, from a dude that isn't a simp. A simp basically gives a woman unreciprocated attention, resources, time, and she's not necessarily giving him anything back in return. And my biggest thing is I tell guys is like, get value out of the girl, because so many girls are used to not giving men value. So you need to get something, like whether it's she's cool, she helps you out, she's an asset to you versus being a liability. And a lot of guys are okay with girls coming to their lives as liabilities versus assets.
Yeah, some of them straight liability. Some.
Yeah. Some. Yeah.
You know, it's let's get into the book.
Sure.
So I read the whole thing today in its entirety, right? And you guys can do it too. But there's a few parts that that really struck a chord with me.
Sure.
The first part that really hit me was my name and acknowledgement. That was the part when I saw my name and acknowledgements. I was like, oh, you know what? This is going to be a good book.
Here you go. They might be able to see it better.
Yeah. When I saw my name in there and the acknowledgements, I was like, okay. And it's there. All right. And I was like, okay, this is gonna be a good book. And that's really my favorite part, but there's other good parts too.
I'm real big on showing love and respect to the people that helped me get here. Cause I'm like, I see people like kind of grow and blow up and they forget about who put them on. And I'm real big on like always like, don't forget where you came from.
Yeah.
And which in this side of the internet is strangely, well, not this side of the internet, but in showbiz in general, whether it's content creation, Hollywood, any of that stuff, people literally go Hollywood and forget about the people that put them on.
That's a fact.
Which is wild, bro.
Some people like they underestimate what you did for them.
Yeah.
But they overestimate, you know, like what they did for themselves. You know?
Dude, there's nothing wrong with like saying, yo, thank you. And like when you go up, like bring the people up with you. But people don't do that. And I really, you know, I say this all the time. I don't know if I've said it to you before. This is why I'm so thankful I came from like the professional world. I was in law enforcement before this, and integrity is huge in that profession.
Yeah.
So like anytime I did a big case or someone helped me on a case or whatever it was, I always like, you know, if I got an award for whatever, I always said thank you to the team, because you can't do a big case by yourself. Yeah. And here in the entertainment industry, it's not like that. People really be switching up. And I was like, what the hell? Like, this is crazy. Or they'll sell you out and make a whole hit piece on you for AdSense revenue. And I never was able to like fathom that concept. It's strange.
Somebody I thought there was like I thought we was cool, you know what I'm saying? Like we hung out, we done stuff together. And he did one of the response videos, kind of like clowning me and shit. And I was like, that's interesting. I mean, I didn't have like an emotional response to it, but I was just like, man, that's interesting behavior. I don't think I would behave like that.
Yeah,
you know, this is somebody I know or somebody I'm cool with.
It's just weird, bro. So
yeah, it's strange, you know.
Sorry, you're saying the acknowledgements. My bad.
The acknowledgement was fire, especially the second to last one. All right. But there was a few things, you know, actually, like, hold on, how do I find my highlights? All right, never mind. Don't worry about it.
Well, he goes through that. It's 8 chapters, guys.
Yeah.
And I go over like pretty much.
The link is in the description.
I go over different things like how feminism got here, how it's affected the dating marketplace. I go over some uncomfortable truths, how women don't like most men, etc.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Right. You have a lot of like data points and facts and shit in the books, right? And I hear you like spewing this shit off in the on the podcast when I'm on or when I'm just watching.
Yeah.
It's like, do you like scour the internet for this shit? Like, how do you do all this research?
So I read, right? So I read books myself, right? And then also the other thing too is a lot of supporters send me stuff. I get a lot of stuff from supporters. Matter of fact, like we have a link tree with all like the links and everything. That was made by one of the supporters.
Oh shit. It's like
and he aggregated all the data in one spot. So he put it there. But yeah, like
shout out to him.
Yeah.
You think that guy like gets a lot of pussy?
He has like a girl. It's weird.
He does.
Yeah,
all right. Shout out to him, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to him.
I won't drop his name because he's like in the professional world. But
all right. Shout out to him. My fault, man.
Yeah.
Like, in my mind, I pictured some dude.
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah.
I hate these women.
Yeah. He cool. He got a girl, but no, he
I misjudged you,
but he aggregated it.
That's what's up.
He got all of it. I misjudged
you. I mean, all right. What do you think? What do you think are the biggest problems men face in the dating market right now?
Whew, that's a very good open-ended question. There's a multitude of them.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's a multitude of them, and they all kind of build upon itself. But so I would say if I'm gonna broadly generalize, in today's day and age, women overinflate their worth, while men simultaneously undervalue their worth, and worse yet, don't work hard enough to bring it up.
Tell me more about that last part. They don't work hard enough to bring it up.
Yeah. So some guys, well, a lot of guys, let's keep it 1,000.
Yeah.
Just don't work hard because you got video games, pornography, drugs, a society that tells them,
and then there's bad things too.
Yeah.
No, I'm just messing.
A society that tells them that you'll get a participation trophy, right? We don't really like to call people losers anymore. We don't like to tell people that they're stupid anymore. We don't like to tell people that they're wrong anymore.
Those are some of my favorite things.
And like bullying is gone now. And the controversial take, I think bullying is good. I think especially men need to suffer. They need to be bullied and they need to get negative reinforcement for their inadequacies. But nowadays we don't tell people that because we're scared of their feelings, right? So while this is going on, right, men aren't becoming better and they're undervaluing themselves. Women simultaneously are getting praised for whatever they do.
Yeah.
For literally being a female. Oh, you're a queen, blah, blah, blah. Like, and then I'll ask them, describe what makes you a queen and describes what makes you different than the girl next to you. And they can't give an answer. It's crickets. But we live in a society that props up women for mediocrity, right? While simultaneously not rewarding men for anything. But men are also mediocre because they don't feel the need to go up and become better in general. So it's many different variables, but if I can, that's like a very general sense of what's going on.
I got you. Now let's take it to the men, right?
Yeah, sure.
They can't do anything about what's happening on the female side. It just is what it is.
Of course not. Yeah.
What can a man do? And I'm assuming that's what you talk about in the book. I'm not assuming. I read the book. Like you talk about this in the book, especially my favorite chapter is the last chapter. If you guys get this, but you got to read the whole thing for the context, right?
Yeah.
For the last chapter, but the last chapter, I texted you when I was reading it.
Yeah, putting it all together.
And, but if you can like give them some game, like what does a man need to do to set himself apart in the dating market today?
Well, luckily, right? Even though I said that a lot of men are mediocre, this is also it's a double-edged sword that works in your favor.
Come on,
because since most guys are losers, and simps and dorks, right?
Yeah.
It's not that hard to get into the top 20% of men.
Exactly.
Because a lot of guys are lazy, a lot of guys are fat, and they don't have this knowledge. They think that, girls are sugar and spice and everything nice, and they don't have this awareness. So if you have this awareness and you have the worker mindset, you're going to beat out a lot of dudes just by being aware and improving yourself.
Exactly. That's the whole thing. That's like some guys get so angry at women for the way they get some preferential treatment in certain aspects of life, right?
Yeah.
They get so angry at women. It's like sometimes I'm on the podcast, I'll a girl will say something, I'm like, that's a good answer, right? Something like that, right? And then I'll see the comments, a simp, Brandon's a simp. I'm like, yo, you can't even like say something nice to a woman, man. But I think it's like a lot of guys, they just want to talk about the problem instead of saying, oh, maybe if I got better, this would be easier.
That's why I'm so big on solutions.
Yeah, that's because, me too. Yeah, I like that.
Like complain, because here's the thing. I tell people, and it's funny too, because I tell people, yo, I'm giving y'all this knowledge not to hate women, but rather I'm giving you guys this knowledge to not hate women for what they'll never be to you. And what that is they'll never be an ideal lover. Like a lot of guys want their girlfriend to kind of love them unconditionally, no matter how they act or whatever. And that's just not how women are. You know what I mean?
It's not anybody is.
It's not yeah.
Yeah, really. It's not how anybody is. Right? There's always a condition, right?
Of course.
You're not going to love anybody under any condition.
Yeah.
Right? Like your mom can do something to piss you off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like my son could piss me off if he tried hard enough.
But they have like that idealistic standard with like, you know, love. And I try to tell guys like, yo, it's not like that with women. So you have to really be like on your P's and Q's. And it's got to be, and for you to keep that leverage, you got to make sure your mission is always the first. She's got to be like second, third, fourth on the list. And even though that sounds, oh my God, this is so misogynistic, it's actually realistic because girls respect men that put their mission above them.
Tell me more about that.
Well, when you put your mission above her, she knows that she's secure because she's always going to have a man that's going to be pursuing excellence. And she doesn't have to worry about anything. By you putting your mission first, you're inadvertently actually maintaining her security at the highest level. But when you put her first, well, let's be honest, women know it themselves. They don't even know what they want to have for lunch. So it's like, wait, I'm the center of your world? What's going on here? I don't even know what I want to eat for lunch. What's wrong with you? And it's like they almost subconsciously know. Like, what am I doing here with this loser that has no direction? He's following me. I don't even know where I'm going. So that's why guys always have to be in a leadership role. Yeah. Like that's why guys have to put their mission first. When you base your life around a girl, she has no choice but to lose respect for you.
Yeah. And it's like, yo, here's the thing, man.
And a lot of guys do that. Move for a woman, change their career for a woman, move across countries or move to another state because of a chick. Like that's foolish. Like if it doesn't benefit you first, it's a L.
It's you know, I think there's 4 quadrants of life, right? There's 4 things. There's your family, family and friends. We'll put them in one quadrant, right? Then there's like, you know, your sex partners, people you haven't, you know, it could be your wife, it could be your girlfriend, some boyfriend, some of you guys. It's all it's not the 90s. Love whoever you want, man.
Yeah.
It's not the 90s. It's not hammer time. Do whatever you want. You know? Sex partners, right? Then there's like your health.
Yeah.
Right. And money. Right. It's like there's only 2 of those in the quadrant. There's only 2 of them you can't live without. Health and money.
Yep.
Right. The way capitalism is set up, right? You need money to survive, right? And if your health, you know how that works, right? But there's only one of them that will improve every other quadrant. You know what that is? It's the money.
Yeah.
Money improves everything.
Yeah.
Right. It's gonna make it, you know. I was like you, man, not long ago. I had some statistics and shit. And I was saying, it was like, you know, poor people get divorced more.
Facts.
Right. The number 1 cause of divorce, from what I heard, correct me if I'm wrong, is financial reasons.
Yep.
Right. And who initiates most divorces?
Women.
Right. And the number 1 cause is what?
Money. There you go.
So like, if you really love her, you got to get your bread right. Am I right? You know, and then
there's a drop off once you make around 300,000. The divorce rates go down once the man makes about 300K or more.
Yeah. Oh, at that, yeah, man. Who's trying to, you know, and because ain't that many of us.
Not,
you know what I'm talking about?
You
know what I'm saying? And it improves your health. Magic Johnson would be dead.
Yep.
Right. If he wasn't a millionaire. Boom. Your family needs something. Yep. You know, I send my son to the best schools now and shit. You know, he's doing amazing. Like he took some like state tests, top 2% of kids in the state.
Oh wow.
Right. The kids in the school, he's not even competition. Top 2 in the state. Right. And I'm assuming there's some room for error in there, right? You know, anyway, he's crushing these kids, right? But I had him tutors and shit that I paid for.
Yep.
Right. You know, I make sure he's cool. You know, money will improve all the other quadrants. Right. It's the only one that can do that. So it has to be your number 1 focus.
It does.
Because it's going to make your family better. When my cousin died, you know, I'm like, all right, that all of a sudden, all right, out of nowhere, $20K for a funeral, right?
Yep.
If nobody had it. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, what are you going to do? You say, family, that's my dog. I care about him, right? I'm going to let him get buried in the mud or some shit, right? Like, that's my dog, right? His family, you know, all that stuff. Like money, my mom don't have to worry about no bills, no rent. She could just chill, you know, after, you know, my father, you know, did his thing. And it's like, without money, you can't do none of that. Yeah. You got to focus on the money.
You have to.
Right. And if she's a deterrent from that, she got to go.
Yeah.
She got to go. Man.
Big facts. And I think it's really on the man to be able to identify that. Like, if you bring in a liability into your life, it's your fault.
Yeah.
You need to be able to identify the women that are assets versus the ones that are liabilities. And the problem with society nowadays is that, let's keep it 1,000. Most girls are liabilities because most girls don't come from a strong family where there was a father or some positive masculine influence. So a lot of girls look at men as, let me try to get something out of this dude. Like, let me try to extract value without necessarily reciprocating. So I think once men are able to identify the girls that bring value versus the girls that take value without giving in anything in return, that's going to make your life
rare though, man.
They are
rare because you know they don't have to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You outline it great in the book. Like, they don't necessarily have to be.
Yeah.
They don't have to be to still,
because there'll be a simp there for every guy that's aware, right, of this dynamic of you can't simp to get respect. For every one of us, there's like 100 dudes that are simping, bro. It's wild. Like, there's an entire $1 billion industry, an entire infrastructure created off of men being simps.
Listen, the male sex drive, in my opinion, is the most powerful force in the universe.
Yes.
No, think about it.
I talk about that in book 2.
Right. Yeah. I read that. Like, some people think it's like love or something else. And I'm sure it's powerful, but I would argue, right, that it's the male sex drive is one of the most powerful forces. Think about it. $1 billion industries, strip clubs. Like, you know, like who's the main?
Absolutely. Clubs,
customer? Nightlife in general. What, the women get in free?
Yeah.
So what? So because that brings the guys in. That's been, you notice the theme. Myron puts the girls on to get y'all in. I used to put the girls in my videos to get y'all in. The clubs, let the girls in for free, get them table to get y'all in. Right? You know, they are being used as bait.
Yeah. Well,
by billionaires.
And the reason why it's difficult to sell to men. It's way harder to sell to men than women. Women are 80% of the consumer base for a reason. Advertisers target women for a specific reason. That's because they're far more impressionable. They're easier to sell to, and they're more likely to be sheep. Let's be honest,
man. Why did our dumbasses decide to have men as our? We weren't thinking right. It's too late now.
Yeah.
Anyway,
if you want to make the most money, if you want to make the most money, target women. Like, look at someone like Derek Jackson, right?
Oh yeah.
So before he got exposed, like, what he did was he supplicated and catered to women with dating advice.
Yeah.
And even though everyone was roasting him, calling him a simple whatever, he was getting a bag. Why? Because women prefer comforting lies over uncomfortable truths. And that's how if you really want to make money, lie to women. Look at Dr. Oz, look at Dr. Phil, look at Oprah. These people had talk shows off of lying to women.
I haven't watched enough of the material to judge if they were lies or not.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's all good.
But $1 billion industries, right? Like, you know, strip clubs, nightclub, all just OnlyFans, all this shit is all off the male libido. It's like a super strong force.
Yep.
And
it's why we have all the technology we have today.
It's why we got
men went out there and
both our businesses is built off it.
The society, right? The first world society that people enjoy was built on the backs of men that were creating a life for a family. They went out into the work world, sacrificed themselves.
That was a good point in the book. That was a really good point.
To make money, to bring it back to their family. And then you got millions of guys doing the same thing. Well, guess what? Now society gets built. But nowadays, right, with women entering the workforce, etc., that's kind of been split. And a lot of guys feel like, well, I can't even get a girl. You know, I'm just going to stay home and whack off. That's why so many guys aren't as productive as, decades past.
Staying home jagging off.
Yeah. That's a part of it.
Jagging off is cool and shit, but like, you don't do it for recreation.
Smoking weed or whatever.
Like, you do it for maintenance. So you get back to work. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like, I'm too horny. Let me jag off. Boom. Get back to work.
Exactly.
It's not supposed to be recreation. These motherfuckers like lighting candles and shit, taking themselves on dates.
Yeah. Pretty much.
You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers had Valentine's Day with themselves this year.
You know, playing video games, all this like mind-numbing activity that doesn't make you productive. So, yeah, man, that's kind of like, but yeah, the male sex drive, if used properly, can create amazing things.
It's done everything. Like, let's think about basically everything up until women enter the workforce, we can attribute to the male libido. Like every advancement in society, because motherfuckers wanted more resources because they knew they would get more hoe.
Yeah. And it's even funny now because even though women have entered the workforce, everything, quite frankly, is, you know, equal down the line. I would argue that women have more rights and privileges than men do. Men still dominate women in all the careers that create infrastructure and make money. So even with, you know, men and women both in the labor force, the men still typically go back to, you know, the jobs that they had before that create infrastructure.
You mean like it's for like labor and shit?
Yeah. Like the jobs that keep society running.
But even they can't do labor though. That's not fair. Like they have 10% of the testosterone as us. They don't have as much muscle. But
here's the thing. Yeah. That's what they've been fighting for, was equality all this time. But when equality is given to them, they don't actually enact on it. The men are still doing all the laborious work.
But they just can't.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a problem.
We have machines and stuff. They could do it. They still just don't want to. And that's what it comes down to. Like, and they found this out, like in Scandinavian countries, like in the most egalitarian societies, when everything is down the middle, women still regress back to their natural state of wanting to deal with people, you know, getting into work that deals with children, people, cool nurses, though, right? etc. And that's cool. Yeah. But it's just funny that they wanted equality, they got it, but then they still went back to career fields that coincide with like feminine nature, so to speak.
Like I wouldn't hire we need that, right? I wouldn't hire a male nanny.
That would be weirdest
shit in the world.
I agree.
Like I'm glad that they want to do that shit, right? You guys want to be nannies and shit. That's the fucking crazy. I never even heard it such a thing.
But I wouldn't. But see, my thing is like I had a whole debate about this with some feminists yesterday. My whole thing is they'll get mad at that, right? And then I'll be like, well, this is why men earn more, because they do harder jobs that no one wants to do. And whenever a job doesn't have that many applicants, well, the job, right, is forced to pay those individuals more.
Yo, New York's, and you can look this up. This will be a good fact. You can yell at some hoe.
Okay.
But if garbage men in New York were getting paid like $300,000 a year.
Really?
Yeah, it might have went down since then, but it was because nobody wanted to do this shit. You got to wake up hella early.
Yeah,
I'd be up early at 4
Those New York rats are crazy.
Gym.
Those New York rats are different.
Yeah, they got a whole society. They got crews.
Yeah,
they got clans. They got sets. They fight amongst themselves. They fight against us. It's a war. Right? The garbage men are on the front line.
Yeah,
and I'd be up at 4 a.m. You know, I'll go to the gym, boom, run into the gym. Just be me and the garbage man.
Mm-hmm.
We the only ones up, man. We the only ones out here getting that money.
Yep.
The ballers is up because they out here balling. They making like, that's like close to 1%.
Yep.
$300K a year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At least 10%.
Alaskan fishermen also make a bunch of money, right? Offshore oil drilling, like all these professions, right, might not necessarily require a degree, but they pay a lot more. Why? Because people don't want to do them.
And but here's the thing. This is why I get mad at men for being broke.
Facts.
Right? Because I would argue that women don't have the capacity to do a lot of those jobs, right? They just don't have the same kind of strength.
They don't. And the endurance,
it's just we're just this difference in the sexes, right? We have way more naturally. The average man has naturally way more muscle than an average woman.
Absolutely.
So I get so mad when guys are broke. I mean, because we can do labor.
Mm-hmm.
Like, fuck is you doing, man? We can go out here and build some shit or even like drive Uber. Right? Like
there's no excuse to be broke, man.
If a woman was driving Uber at night, I would think, man, that might be like dangerous, right? Like she's not gonna fight a man with a guy, you know, but just strap the 9 on and let's go, man. We out here all night. If I was broke, I'd be riding around with the Glock, picking up people and dropping them off all night. I would take Adderall, whatever I needed to do.
Yeah.
Right. To stop being broke.
Yeah.
Because ain't no excuse for, you know, it's Black History Month, Myron.
Mm-hmm.
And you might be black. And
allegedly.
Depending on who we ask.
Yeah.
Right. And I just think, man, Martin Luther King Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Nima, I ain't have Martin Luther King in Iran.
No.
Nah, it's different. But he was a good dude. So Martin Luther King Jr., he ain't die for these motherfuckers to sit around being broke.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? He ain't die. Like, you know, you just sit around being broke playing video games. Motherfuckers was getting their ass beat in the civil rights movement. Like straight up fighting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, getting killed. You know, Malcolm X was assassinated. People were getting fucked up. It was like a real struggle for us to have the opportunity.
They was your ancestors didn't suffer for you to be a bum.
It was for the next generation. They knew they wasn't going to experience it. It was for like down the line. It was for us. It was literally for us. The civil rights movement was for us, not for them. You know what I'm saying? And for y'all to just sit around being broke if you black, right?
Yeah.
It's like, well, oh man, I can't believe it. You know, it's I can't. Or just a person of color in the United States is like, I can't believe
all the benefits of like affirmative action, etc. Like, what are you doing?
Just all the opportunity here, man. All the opportunity. And if you white and you broke, what's like shit? This country is literally made for you. Like seriously, it was literally made for you. If you can't make it here as a white man, you can't make it nowhere.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's just like, damn, what you gonna do?
Yeah,
where you gonna go find it better as a white man? Nowhere, right? So. Basically, no matter who you are, if you a man and you broke, I hate you. And everything you stand for.
It's completely unacceptable.
You lazy, man.
It's completely unacceptable to be broke as a man, especially
if you healthy. Obviously, if you're healthy, you don't have like mental disabilities. But there was a motherfucker on here with like no arms or some shit, right? He was all fucked up, and he was saying that he was still out here working, right?
Yeah,
he was all fucked up. He's like arm was fucked. He was missing arms, some shit. And he was still out here getting it.
Yeah.
What's your excuse, man?
Yeah.
We got one arm niggas out here getting money. And you ain't getting it. You just sitting around being broke. I hate you. I want you to know that. But there's a path to salvation. There's a path to salvation.
You know,
go ahead. Victory unit pot Discord. We're gonna save you, brother. Go ahead and click that link.
No, so the other thing too, right? So I kind of saw another side of this, right? So when I was a special agent of Homeland Security, one of the crimes I used to investigate was something called human smuggling, not to be confused with human trafficking, right?
Okay.
And human smuggling is the illicit smuggling of foreign nationals into the United States, typically through some transit country, the Bahamas, Mexico, etc., right? Sometimes even Canada.
That's how Fresh got here.
Pretty much.
Yeah. All right, cool.
He snuck in.
He got smuggled.
He got smuggled in more than likely.
They smuggled Fresh
on a banana boat.
No, I get it.
Fresh is a citizen, guys.
that's my I'm just playing. Fresh is a citizen. We are not snitching.
So you know, these illicit networks, you know, smuggle people in, etc. We don't have to go into all that. But the point I'm trying to make is that I can't tell you how many times I've showed up at crime scenes where we had dead migrants, right? And you guys are, oh, aliens, that's a terrible term. That's what the INA, Immigration Nationality Act of the United States, refers to foreigners as aliens, right? So I've seen dead migrants or aliens, whatever you want to call them, you know, literally maybe in the back of trucks that were 200 degrees, 150 degrees, heat exhaustion, or they were being stowed in like the windjammer area of a truck, or they died in the desert trying to come here. And all these people died for the opportunity that you're squandering.
For the chance to have the opportunity that we had.
And it really hit me. It's one thing to hear about people dying trying to come to the United States. It's another thing to actually see it with your own two eyes, to see dead children, to see dead mothers, fathers, families literally decaying in the desert trying to come to the United States, whether it was a coyote that left them for dead because they didn't want to pay, or they got left in the back of a truck too long, or whatever have you. People literally die, and they come from different parts of the world to come to the United States. Chinese nationals are paying $60,000 to come here. Arab nationals, or people from Pakistan, which we call them exotics in that profession, right? People that come from these countries that are Russia, Arab countries, etc. Like special interest countries, right?
Yeah.
They pay $50,000 to $100,000 to be smuggled into the United States. Mexicans typically pay $10,000 to $20,000, and it depends on your nationality. But the point I'm trying to make is these people pay money that they don't have, right? Put themselves in enormous danger for an opportunity that most Americans squander and sit at home jacking off to. Incredible. And that's why I look at it. If you're broke, there's no excuse.
Yeah.
There's no excuse. There are people dying to come here for the opportunity that you're wasting.
Damn. Let's just let that simmer for a minute. You broke motherfucker. You motherfuckers are the worst. Just the worst. The worst among us. So we got to join the Discord, man. We got to get you out of this, man. You got to stop being a fucking leech on society.
Yeah.
Worse. All right, cool.
It's true though, but like
that shit was deep. Like when you just said to me, that kind of fucked me when you said children and
dude,
women.
It's really bad. Like I've seen terrible things. And here's the other thing too. So the smuggling is the first part, right? They get into the United States. Then that's where the human trafficking can come in after the fact, because now human trafficking typically works this way, right? Because a lot of people don't know what they talk about when they talk about human trafficking. They come in the United States, right?
Yeah.
And they have to pay money as they move through the United States, right? To different stash house operators that are housing them, right? if they're not able to come to the money, they typically get stuck at that spot, wherever they are in the States. And then sometimes if the family can't pay, maybe communications loss or whatever, that's when typically the trafficking comes in. All right, well, you still owe us 10K. You got to work that off. And then bam, that's when I need you to do this. I need you to do that, blah, 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 blah. So human smuggling is one part. And then that typically can lead to the trafficking after the fact if the family can't come up with the money. So yeah, man, like this is what goes on, and people like literally don't understand. I've always said privilege is invisible to those that have it, and a lot of people,
that's a deep quote
from the States, right, don't understand it. I mean, my dad came here in the 70s. He drove a cab in New York City, right, in some of the worst times in New York City. This is before Giuliani came in. Like New York City used to be terrible.
Giuliani was fucking wild.
It was bad.
Yeah,
in the 80s and 90s. So my dad got robbed at gunpoint a couple of times as a cab driver. Didn't speak English. Came to the United States with no money. Brought my mom. They were poor.
Come on, man.
Living in Brooklyn back before it's gentrified now and all nice. Brooklyn used to be called Crooklyn, guys.
Yeah.
And it was a terrible time to be there, but he figured it out. So there's really no excuse for being broke, especially today's day and age, 2023, when there's more opportunities to make money than ever before.
Dude, when I was struggling, I don't say broke because I've never broke. I struggled.
Yeah.
Well, I never wouldn't allow myself to be broke. I would just work. You know, you always make more money, especially as a man, because you can do labor and shit, right? I would work construction, whatever I needed to do, man. I remember one New Year's Eve, man. I'm in Times Square passing out flyers for Fandango. Right in Times Square, man. Can't feel my fingers. Gotta pee, ain't nowhere to pee. And I'm like passing out flyers and like 20 degrees for Fandango, man. Cause I was like, y'all gotta get this money, man. Why y'all out partying, y'all happy being broke? I can't do it, man. I can't do it. So when I see like now Uber didn't exist.
Yeah.
You know, fucking Instacart and fucking TaskRabbit.
Yep.
Airbnb, all these things you could do to make money with no investment. If you got another roomy crib, Airbnb, right? I see motherfuckers deliver Uber Eats on foot in the snow.
Yep.
It was a woman. She delivered it on foot in the snow, delivering me my breakfast in New York. And I just thought about it. I was like, man, these guys out here being broke, but there's a chick out here out hustling you.
Yeah.
Right. She ain't got a car. She's doing Uber Eats on foot.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? She was obviously an immigrant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I know we're like doubling down.
I ain't mean that in a disrespectful way. I meant it like me and Nima was talking about this.
They go hard.
The immigrants, man.
They go hard. My dad was an immigrant.
Now they go hard.
Yeah, my dad
know what's up. You know?
My dad used to, one thing that I will never forget, my mom and my dad, every single day, if I brought a bad report card or I messed up or something, if I was born in this country, I'd be a somebody. Yeah. Every single time. I'd be a doctor. I'd be a lawyer. Don't mess with this. And then, you know, I always thought as a kid, man, get off me. I want to play video games, blah, blah. Yeah. But then as I got older, and then especially when I became an agent and I saw people dying to come here, that's when it was like, smack me with reality. Like, yo, we really do have the best opportunity ever. And if you're a bum, like, what are you doing? And I know some of y'all are like, oh, this is redundant, man. You guys keep telling us we need to make money, blah, blah, blah. But sometimes you have to repeat it and really let people know how dire of a situation this is and how unacceptable it is for you to be a brokey when there's people that come here that can't speak the language that are figuring it out. Yeah. Me coming here, my Uber driver was a woman. Yeah. She ain't speak English, but she's out here getting it too.
Come on, man. Yeah.
What's your excuse?
Yeah.
Seriously.
You sitting around being poor, man, when there's women immigrants driving Myron around Miami. Come on, man.
Incredible.
And you out here being broke. I can't fathom it.
Yeah.
I can't fathom it. You know how I get down, man.
And in today's day and age, right? Like it's even less forgivable because women make their own money. I go into this explicitly.
Yo, come on now.
So I go into this explicitly in the book, right? So
the book, link in the description if you want to get no, just hit the link in the description. Get the book. It's like a few bucks or no, it's nothing. You get the Kindle for like almost close to
it's $10. Yeah, it's $10.
$10, man.
Yeah, Kindle, $10.
$10.
I wanted to make the book affordable for everybody.
You don't have to have a Kindle. These motherfuckers is dumb, man. Yeah. Not y'all. Not you. We're talking about the other ones. Not you watching. I'm talking about like the other ones. Yeah, they dumb. You smart.
Yeah.
And that's why you're going to do this. If you got an iPad or iPhone, you can't download. You get the Kindle app, you can download, but you can't do it from like the Amazon app. You can't get a Kindle book from the Amazon app. You got to go into Chrome or Safari, sign into Amazon, and then buy it from there. And then you could open it in your Kindle app. Apple does some weird shit. They don't like people to buy shit through it. You know, Apple's funny with that. So you can't buy it through the Amazon app. You can't buy a Kindle book through the Amazon app. You have to go through Chrome or Safari.
Yeah.
And log into Amazon, just to be clear. But these guys, this guy's smart. It's the other ones that
there's a higher IQ
this
audience.
One is cool.
Yeah, this is a higher IQ audience. But yeah, no, I mean, yeah, and the paperback is $20. I wanted to make it affordable. Don't worry, guys. The Audible version is coming. Like right now, as we speak, I was just on the phone. My audio engineer. Yeah. He's working on the Audible version of it, and I voiced it myself.
Big Mo.
Yeah. Big Mo.
Shit! Shout out to Big Mo.
So it should be out hopefully like next week. And then I'm working on a hardcover, and then I know some people said, "Yo, we want signed copies." I'll probably buy like 50 to 100 of them, sign them, and then mail them out.
That's what's up.
For people, but yeah, man. I mean, it's just unacceptable. And then going back to what I was saying about like women have less tolerance for you being broke nowadays is so I go into this in one of the chapters where I say the ugly truth, and that ugly truth basically is that most women don't like most men. And
talk to me more about that. Yes, I think it was. What is that? Chapter 7.
It's chapter 4 or 5.
Okay, you said most women don't like most men, and that kind of struck me, man. Because let me tell you something.
Please.
I don't think I shared this publicly. When I was young, I didn't think that women liked men. Like I didn't think that they were like actually attracted to them at all.
Yeah,
I thought that the only reason women dated men was because they give them shit and take them places.
Yeah,
like I'm talking like a little kid, like 5, 6, because it seemed like guys were doing all this shit just to get women, and women were doing nothing
in exchange,
just existing. Like I noticed this as a kid. I was like, oh, women must not like men, so men gotta like provide resources to get them. And then as I got older, I was like, oh, some women do find some men attractive. But you're telling me that I was right. 5-year-old Brandon was right. Tell me more about that.
Yeah. So the analogy I use in the book is I talk about like Western frontiersmen and Native Americans. So like they used to trade with each other, right? The frontiersmen would make whiskey and the Native Americans would make jewelry, right? And they would come to the trading post and trade with each other. The frontiersmen would give them the whiskey, and then the Native Americans would give them the jewelry, right? The turquoise jewelry. But let's say the Indians were able to make their own alcohol, make their own whiskey. Would they need the frontiersmen? No, they wouldn't. And then as a matter of fact, more than likely, the trading post might close. They might only deal with the frontiersmen that can make the absolute best whiskey, like that they can't necessarily manufacture themselves, that tastes the best, that, you know, doesn't give you a hangover, top shelf whiskey, right? And that is basically the same situation we have here now, where
but that doesn't speak to like how women aren't into men.
Well, I'm gonna go into
okay,
that.
you got my fault. I'm tripping, man.
Yeah. So you know, using an analogy that the women were the Native Americans and the men were the frontiersmen, right? There used to be a necessity to meet with each other and come to a middle ground and come to the trading post and deal with each other. But women didn't like men all that much. It's just that they had to deal with them as a necessity. But nowadays, right? Women never liked them that much to begin with. But nowadays, now that they make their own whiskey, they don't have to come to the trading post, and they're only going to come for the top 5% of guys. And what's basically happening is that their real true feelings about men are now actually being outwardly manifested for the society to see.
The real true feelings?
That they don't like most men.
Oh, okay.
So they don't like most men.
I want you to break that down. Like I feel like we glossing over that fact. Like they don't like most men. So tell me what you mean. I read the book, but I want you to like explain.
Most women don't like most men.
Okay.
However, they like a small percentage of men. It used to be they came to the trading post and traded with each other because women understood that men were a necessary evil to gain security.
So they didn't like them before.
Nah.
But they were just like, fuck, if I'm not with a man, then I'll probably get killed by this buffalo.
Exactly. Or I won't be able to provide long-term security for myself, because since the beginning of time, right, women weren't able to go ahead and gather enough resources and create enough calories to feed herself and children.
Right.
The man had to go out and do that.
Okay.
Right. So it was a necessary evil that they had to deal with the opposite gender that they really didn't like that much.
They didn't really like those.
You know? So now what's happened, since women are able to make their own money, aka create their own whiskey, right?
Okay.
They don't have to deal with the majority of the frontiersmen, aka the men. They make their own. So now they can only deal with the best frontiersmen that make the best whiskey. Now that's what's effectively happened.
And you said in the book that like there was some data you had to corroborate this. You said that like some crazy amount of guys like never get matches on Tinder or something like.
Yeah, like women swipe right only on like 5% of men on Tinder.
Only like 5%. So 95% of men aren't getting swipes.
Nope.
Wow.
Nope. It's really like the dating marketplace is. Right? Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm 40, man.
Yeah, it's all good, man. The dating marketplace is so skewed heavily in women's favor that I don't think a lot of guys are aware of like what they're really up against. And I go into that in chapter 1, where I talk about what you're up against, and I talk about like the ridiculous amount of attention that modern day women get. Okay, and I took it from Rush's book. Shout out to him.
Yeah, I saw that. Now here's the thing. To me, that sounds like it's difficult for the woman as well, right? Because if you got all these women, right, getting all this attention, but they only want a small percentage of guys, that sounds hyper competitive for those guys. Yeah, right. That sounds like it's bad for women.
Yes and no. Yeah. Okay. So what it's basically done, right? And they've done studies on this where, like, you know, if you offer someone like 3 choices versus 30 choices, they're more than likely going to buy with 3 choices versus 30 choices. When they did this with like ice cream. Okay. And that's effectively what's happened with women, is that women, their mating strategy is based in doubt, right? Shout out to Rollo Tomasi. We talk about this all the time, like hypergamy, right? The practice of getting the best guy that you can is based in doubt. Is this guy the best that I can get? So since it's based in doubt, it's on the guy to kind of prove his worth to her. And since so many guys are proving their worth, she doesn't necessarily know who the best guy is because so many are coming at her. And then, you know, women are always curious to be like, okay, well, what can I get out of this guy? What can I get with this guy? Why is she going to go on a date with you when she can go out with a millionaire tonight for steak?
Wait, why you shouldn't have pointed at me when you said millionaire?
No, I was pointing this way. I was backwards. Smother Sim. But that's really what it is. And like, in the scary part too is I saw someone do an experiment where they took a very attractive guy, like in the top 1%, some like Chad looking dude, right, in great shape, whatever. He had like 100-something matches, right, on after 24 hours on Tinder. And then they took a girl that was obese, very unattractive. She had 400-something matches in 24 hours. So even the lowest, you know,
I'm looking for something.
Yeah, even the women that are the least attractive at the bottom of the totem pole have more options than the top 1% of men. And that just goes to show how skewed the marketplace is. And now people are really seeing it with their own 2 eyes, that women never really liked men in the beginning, and now you're actually seeing what's going on because they make their own money. So why am I going to deal with a guy when I make my own money? I'm going to deal with only the best. Hence the frontiersman and Native American analogy.
So I was looking for my copy of The Evolution of Desire.
Okay,
Dr. Bus, because I wanted to.
Yeah, really great work from him.
Really good.
He goes deep in evolutionary psychology. Right? A lot of my
but fuck it, I can't find it. Right. Here's the thing. So I kind of knew, like, young Brandon knew that. Kind of thought that anyway. Yeah. It's like, oh, women don't really like guys like that, right?
I think a lot of guys know that too. It's just that sometimes you have to connect the dots for them and tell them. Because then they're like, damn, no wonder it was so tooth pulling to get these girls out on dates. Like, damn, this is annoying.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so young Brandon thought, all right, I better become a baller. You know what I'm saying? Because it sounds like if you become a baller, and that was what I texted you today. Like, if you become a baller, you're immune to all this. Like, this is not a problem for you. This is actually an advantage for you.
Yeah.
Tell the people about it.
So, like, when you get your stuff together, right? So I tell guys why it's so important to, like, you know, get your money on point, get your body on point, get your mindset on point, understand female nature, and obviously, you know, be able to have frame in a relationship, right? We talk. Shout out to my guy John from Modern Life Dating. He says money, muscles, game, and frame, which I agree with.
What's up with Modern Life Dating? Where is he?
He's probably back. I think he's back in Tokyo now.
I've been texting him, man. Just shipping going green.
Probably because he's using his Japanese phone now. I'll give you it. I'll give you his Japanese number.
All right, go ahead.
But yeah, shout out to him. So if you have those things in place, what ends up happening is you become very attractive. And what I tell guys is you kind of need to do what women do. So women don't admit this, but a lot of them see different men at the same time or talk to different men at the same time and kind of vet their options, right? And that's why women are so, how do I say this? They have an abundance mindset naturally, just because of the bevy of options that
they know they can get a guy.
Yeah,
for sure.
So that is why so many women are kind of indifferent when they deal with men, is because they know they have so many options. What I tell guys all the time is that men have to earn their abundance mindset while women are simply just given theirs.
You got to be the best option.
Yeah,
that's how I always saw it. Like this, I always felt all the stuff that some of the guys in the red community seem like they're complaining about. I always like, nah, man, that's a feature.
Yeah,
right. That's not a bug. That's a feature. Then you telling me there's a cheat code.
Yeah.
If women are always looking for the best option, all I got to do is be the best option.
Yeah, be the best.
And I don't have to worry about this shit.
And then the other thing too is that you also need to, like, you know, be talking to multiple girls as well, because what ends up happening is girls can smell it on you when you don't have an abundance mindset. And the only way you're really going to get an abundance mindset is, number one, get your stuff on point, then be talking to, multiple girls so that you're not too invested. And when you kind of date like women do, you become more attractive because women don't really show interest like that. Women go ahead and play hard to get. They don't initiate that much. They don't put that much effort. And when you're able to match that, it's a refreshing welcome because most guys over pursue women that quite frankly don't deserve it.
Yeah, like they don't really try.
Yeah.
They don't care about you.
They don't. They really don't. And when you match that, it's amazing what happens when you match it. It makes it amazing.
Well, listen, Myron, when are you going to get a girlfriend? We're going to get you a girlfriend. What do we got to do to get you a girlfriend? I know they deserve it. She's going to get less. We made that clear. You get a girlfriend. She's going to get less. But like, we ever get a girlfriend?
Not monogamous.
Not monogamous.
I have a couple of chicks I deal with, but like never monogamous.
What about kids, man? You ever have some little Myrons?
I definitely do. I want to hit a certain net worth first, and then I'm gonna do it.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense. And but it's like are you gonna do it? You get married or
bro? Honestly, I'll probably
How you gonna strategizing this? If you're not gonna get married, what are you gonna do? How you gonna have? I've been
strategizing.
Little Myron.
I'll probably go back to like a Muslim country and do it. More than likely, I'll probably go back like to.
Oh, then you get like 8
UAE. Yeah, get a couple, and then like what I'll do is I'll just have them over there, and then if I need to come back over here, I'll come back over here. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to make it a geopolitical conversation, but the United States is on the decline, bro.
If you got enough money, man, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, you don't have to. Exactly. Yeah, you don't.
Like money,
but I mean, like from a societal standpoint,
money insulates you
from
almost everything. That's why you got to. But you got wonder why I care about it so much because it's the only thing that keep you safe.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But I look at it like just the indoctrination in the education system, everything like that. I'm like, man, I'll probably just put my kid through school in the UAE or something like that, where it's a better environment in general. Like there's a lot of degeneracy here that doesn't necessarily promote families. It promotes like single mother households and all this other stuff. Now, of course, money can insulate you, but I look at it like, why not be I'm going to go to the UAE this Thursday. So I'm going to like actually look around and see what it's like. But yeah, I'm thinking like in the future for having a family, whatever. I don't know if I want to do it here. So yeah, I think things are only going to get worse versus better. So like if we're at this point
worse,
now,
what do you
mean? Well, the birth rate is going to continue to decline. Single mother households are going to continue to increase. The degeneracy is going to just get worse. I mean, if you look at music nowadays versus before, women nowadays are just, a lot of the times,
when I listen to music,
wife material.
A lot of the rappers,
not wife material. Sorry,
a lot of the rappers.
Yeah.
Now they rap about doing the drugs. Back in my day, rappers talked about selling the drugs.
Yeah, true.
What happened, man?
Yeah. Don't get high on your own supply.
What happened?
Now it's like, yeah, bro, it's just we've descended into like a clown world almost where people, literally they're trying to give kids different genders and stuff. Well, okay. I don't know if you want to talk about that on YouTube.
Nah.
Yeah. Listen, the people in the chat know what we're talking about.
I'm always, here's the thing. I can tell you care about these issues. And I'm like, something's wrong with me, man. Because I don't care about any of that shit. Like I seriously, I don't give a fuck. And maybe something's wrong with me because I see all this shit and I'm like, okay, how do I win? That's all I think.
Yeah.
That is where my mind always goes. Like when CVID was going around and everybody was
the bear bug.
Yeah, bear bug, man. When people were people were all upset about the shit going on. You need something?
I'll take another energy drink.
All right. We'll figure it.
Yeah, don't worry.
When the CVID was going around, I saw like a lot of people I respected, man, just getting real mad and upset. And I was like, yeah, I don't like this stuff either, but like I'm here to win. I'm here to get money, man. Like I always just think, okay, this is what the rules are. How do I win under these circumstances?
Yeah, of course.
Right. And I don't complain. I don't get upset. It don't even affect me emotionally, man. Like I see a bunch of shit going on, vaccines, all that shit. I'm like, all right, just how do I win?
Yeah.
Right. I don't know if something's wrong with me because I hear what you're saying.
Yeah. For me, I can overcome it, but I don't want to put my kids through it. That's how I look at it.
Oh man, you don't think your son would be an invincible black god like yourself, man?
Well, you mean is it like making him invincible? You mean?
Yeah. Because here's the thing: if he grows up to be a G, and let's say things get, in your opinion, worse, and he's a G, then he'll be like way better than everyone else, right? I feel like if things get worse, if people get more poor, if there's a recession or some shit of that nature, right? Or things get bad, and I still win. Oh, that means I'm just way better than everyone now.
Yeah,
so like things would be everything would be on sale, right? Should it be cheaper? Should it be cheaper? Like I feel like that puts me in a more advantageous position.
No, for sure. I mean, and there's different ways to look at it. I mean, for me, I look at it like, I overcame, I can deal with it, but I look at it like, is this the best environment that I want to raise a child in with a woman? To me, I don't think so. I think the risks outweigh the rewards. So I look at it like, probably better to raise them in another place. And then on top of that, I don't plan to get married like legally through the state. I'll do it religion wise only so that like my assets aren't at stake. Because I think getting the government involved in your relationship is a very big mistake that a lot of guys make, especially out here in the West where the laws, quite frankly, just don't favor you.
Yeah. Women, and there's a reason they initiate 70% of the.
There's a very strong incentive.
80% of the divorces, right?
There's
because they're gonna get paid.
Yeah, they're gonna get paid. They're gonna get paid. They're gonna get the kids. They're gonna get the alimony. They're gonna get the marital home.
These bitches is coming up, man.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Listen,
and they make their own money.
This month. Okay, so this motherfucker don't want to do the dishes. You know what? If we get divorced though, I get a few fucking mil.
Yep.
I ain't about to work it out with this motherfucker. Yeah. I'm about to get this money and bounce. Let's go.
So it's kind of just a response more to like the current climate when it comes to intersexual dynamics and the whole marriage institution in the West. I think going somewhere where it's more valued, where it's not necessarily like as strong of an option or what women normally do is a better move. And then also, I want the kids to grow up in an Arab country where Islam is strong, etc.
You Islamic?
Yeah, Muslim. Yeah,
you Muslim?
Yeah, I need to become a better one though. I need to become a better one.
Okay. I was like, man, didn't we have like bacon burgers once?
Nah. I don't eat pork. But I mean, Islam solves a lot of the West problems. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, but that's a whole other conversation.
All I care about is getting money. Like it's hard for me to think about anything else. So like when I kind of be baffled when like you're someone I respect, you're a friend of mine, you know what I'm saying, colleague. And every time I talk to one of my colleagues and they like talking about like society problems, like what they got to do with us getting money, man? like why are you out here thinking about something else, man?
Well, that's why I would stay here. So I actually, shout out to Andrew Tate, free the top G, man.
Oh, free top.
We all know he's innocent, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Which, by the way, I'm probably going to expose some BS with these
man.
haters that's coming at him, right?
Show him.
Probably tomorrow, emergency meeting for y'all. I got a hold of some evidence, man, that shows that these girls are capping. But
they just be lying.
I had a conversation with Andrew about this when I was in Romania, him and Tristan, and he was like, the United States is the best place to get money, but get your money, get out. And I was like, I agree with that to a degree with like raising a family. If I didn't have a family, I'd be like, all right, yeah, I'm staying here. It's lit. But he's like, yo, when it comes to like raising a family, whatever, is it optimal? No. And I kind of agree. Like, when it comes to opportunities, capitalism, making the most money, absolutely the best. Yeah. But for optimality with raising a family, I don't think so.
Well, here's the thing. If I raise my son in capitalism, he's indoctrinated with that.
Of course.
And I can teach him to become the best capitalist. And then he's in the place where you can make the most money. Then he'll make the most money because he's got the illest mentor ever. Right. and he's out here getting it. It's like, I don't know. That's the only way I would argue against that.
Yeah.
But I guess, you guys care about like other shit that I don't.
Yeah, like the religion, the language.
I don't even think about.
Yeah, the religion, the language. You know what I mean? Certain principles, etc. Like it would be easier to ingrain that in him from a Muslim society versus like trying to get it in him in like the United States.
Yeah, that's just shit I don't think about, man.
Yeah,
I'm listen. I'm a real capitalist, man.
Yeah. I agree with you. Like there's nowhere else that you're gonna be able to really focus on making money and maximize it than the United States.
Like, capitalism is that shit because
it is the best country in the world when it comes to that.
Be better than people.
Yeah.
And I'm competitive.
Yep.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And you can't be better in a system that's not capitalism. Right?
Yeah.
You can't be
it's a meritocracy here, which is good. It incentivizes competition, which obviously inherently makes everything better.
Yeah.
Versus, in a more socialist or more communist society, people just aren't incentivized to work as hard. That's just how it goes.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm gonna be honest. You know, we was clowning the broke boys for being lazy, broke boys. But when I was like trying to come up, you know, I would look at these guys and I'd be like, yeah, you know, I'm not working this motherfucker. I'm beating the shit out of him. You know what I'm saying? Like
I do that too.
The fact that you motherfuckers are, some of these motherfuckers are out here willing to be losers and complain, crybabies and shit, right? I'm just like, oh shit, it's just that much easier to beat. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing, you know. It's you know, because when I read the book, and it's a fantastic read, you guys should click the link in the description if you haven't already. Go ahead and make that purchase. All right. I was just thinking, yeah, man. You broke it. The way you broke it down was insightful and shit. But in the back of my mind, I kind of knew a lot of this. It was like,
of course, yeah,
right. But I was just like, oh, all you got to do is be the man.
Yeah.
If you the man, then all the like problems with that people say are going on with women or Western women or all this shit, it don't even apply to you. In fact, it works to your advantage if you are the man. Yeah. So just be the man.
Yeah. You use female nature against them, which is become the best version of yourself.
Yeah. And if you just be the man, then it's like, not only can you get the girl you want, or girls, or whatever the fuck you want, guys, whatever you want, who cares, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can, not only can you make that happen, but you are also the man.
Yeah.
Right. Where these guys are just like chasing women. Right. And there was a part of the book where you said that like chasing women was a waste of time. When you spend all, these guys will spend all their time just going after women, going out every night trying to get girls or trying to pick up girls or spending a bunch of time on these apps. That's valuable time, man.
Yeah.
You could be out here like grinding.
Yeah, I actually like counted it up. Like if you spend all the time and money, right? And I come up with the numbers, a couple million that you lose. All the time and money, had that been invested in like, you know, a basic mutual funds account, you're missing out on millions with the time you wasted.
Straight up. And then the opportunity cost of the time, right? You could have been building skills. You could have been building a business. You could have been, you know, or even if you work for someone else, you could have been rising up the ranks. You know, you could have been really improving your life.
Yeah.
And then once you improve your life, then you are the guy that the girls want.
I think it
was ironic, right?
Yeah. I think one of the unspoken things that not a lot of people kind of admit, especially on this side of the internet, is that if you're a man and your goal is to not just be successful, but like from a financial perspective and a socioeconomic perspective, but from a female perspective as well, getting girls, you are going to have to take a few years to focus on personal self-development. Like, you're going to really have to put girls on the back burner for a few years to really be able to get yourself. It's like almost you're taking 3 steps back to take an eventual 7 steps forward.
Yeah.
And that is something that you have to do as a man, where you literally go in like the hyperbolic time chamber.
Yeah.
And like train for a bit and get your stuff together. Because the thing is this, you have 2 choices. And I talk about this in a book too. You can pursue women now as a more average guy, maybe a little bit above average, and put a lot of work in.
A lot of work.
Right? Because like I said before, most women don't like you. Yeah. Right. And I know a lot of y'all watching right now probably have dealt with some kind of tooth pulling experience with dealing with women, whether they're flaky, they're annoying, they don't respect you, any of this stuff, right?
Leaving you on scene.
Yeah, all this stuff. Like, you could go ahead and pursue them now, right? While you're kind of there. Or you could go ahead, take a few years off, focus on you, get in the gym, get your money on point, then re-enter the marketplace with way higher value and put in less work overall. So it really comes down to what you want to do. Now, I like the latter because you benefited anyway. And then as a byproduct of you benefiting, they're more attracted to you regardless, and you do less work anyway.
Yeah. In fact, you wouldn't even have to enter the marketplace. It would get to a point where you'd be forced to enter the marketplace because they'd be all over you because you'd be that dude. And there ain't too many of us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
That's why we do this, right? You know, Myron, I don't know if I ever told you about this, but, you know, longtime podcast listeners know all about it. The purpose of this podcast and the reason we have the free Discord to teaching them all to build their money muscle mindset, because like you talk about the 5% of guys that girls are chasing. Yeah. Right. We need to make more of these guys, right? We need to be a larger percentage because it's too many hoes. There's too many hoes in PG, right? Yeah. You gotta. So one thing we're gonna do. The reason I want to do it because I'm trying to.
We also got too many simps. I think if more people stop simping, women would behave better too.
But you can't worry about what women do, right? But so that's the thing. Okay,
but it's on the guys though. They gotta stop simping.
They don't have to stop simping. Here's the thing. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. I know y'all should have seen his face, man. This motherfucker wanted the karate chop. Right. No.
Well, it does work to our benefit with more simps. It does.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. You are never in control of other people's behaviors or outside conditions. You can only control your response and your behavior.
Of course.
Right. All you can control is your response and what you do. Right. So guys can do whatever they want. We can have twice as many simps. Right. And girls can get even crazier or whatever. Right. If you are the man, it doesn't matter for you. Right. I'm not talking about like globally.
Of course.
I'm talking about for you, for this bro. Because I don't think I can save the whole world, but I can change my world. I can help you change your world. Right. But I'm not out here trying to change the world.
Yeah.
That's, I'm just one man. I'm just King Keto.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I look at it like I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try, man. I'm gonna try to get people, and that's a big reason why I released this book, because I knew like by releasing a book, I'd be able to get more reach, and someone might pick it up or someone might pass it. Like, damn, like, okay, I'm doing a lot of this stupid stuff that's in this book, man. I need to stop simping. And again, is it gonna make a drastic change? Probably not, because most guys are gonna be simps and blue pills anyway. But if I could save one dude from like putting himself in a very bad situation because of a girl, it's a W to me.
Listen, man,
that's how I look at it.
I got a girlfriend.
But yes, you're right. You cannot change. Yeah. You cannot you got to focus on your situation, right? Of course, because you can't, you're not in control of everything, right? But
yeah, exactly. That's all you can do, right? Listen, Myron, I got a girlfriend.
Yeah.
She's awesome. She's dope. Hey, baby, love you, right? I know you think that was gay, but but that's how I feel. Maybe it was a little gay. Who cares? Right? It's all good. Check this out. So, but I'm still that dude.
Yeah.
Right. I'm still that dude. And a lot of my friends are that dude. So we're trying to come together. We're trying to come out with this product.
Yeah.
We call it dot repellent. Right. Because we're trying to get some scientists together and come up with like some sort of like spray that you can put on yourselves. Right. And then dots are repelled from you, right? They stay away from you. It makes it a lot easier to navigate through life. You walk around Miami, $200,000 worth of jewelry. Dots will be like, oh no, my she got spoiled before, But this is not a big enough market.
Yeah, there's not. Yeah.
So my master plan, and I think you're helping with this, right? Is we help more guys become that dude. Yeah. That way there'll be a market for thought repelling when I put it out, right? Because there's going to be a lot of R&D, a lot of research, a lot of cost of goods. So I want it for me and my homies, but there's not a big enough market. So we need you guys to come up. So you'll need it. So you need it too.
Bam.
But we'll see, man.
Yeah, hopefully. Dot repellent.
I think we're both doing God's work.
Yeah, I'm trying, man. I mean, are we gonna stop all simps? No, but hey, man, if we could.
Why do you want to? Okay, let me get serious for a second. Who gives a fuck what they doing? Right. I guess me, Brandon Carter, I just don't care about most things. Right. So like, who gives a fuck if they keep simping? Who gives a fuck? Right. All you care about is you and your niggas and your homies and your fans and the people you trying to help. All you worried about is them being better. Right. Like, I don't give a fuck about everybody. Just my squad.
Yeah. No, I mean, see, so for me, I looked at it like that. I was like, yeah, man, it was whatever. Let's just do it. But then I thought about it and I was like, because you got a lot of messages like, bro, I came across your podcast. I was going to, do XYZ to myself, or, I was in this toxic relationship or whatever. And I'm like, damn, like I'm making an impact. Like I really am seeing it. Yeah. So like I started to see like, this is way bigger than me just like being on a podcast telling girls they're delusional. It's like, to some people, they're like, wait, I see my girlfriend in that chick. Wait, I'm going through this. Oh, wait, this is happening to me. Whoa, what's going on? And like they just like their like whole world like changes. So I'm like, damn, if I'm able to do that with these guys, like imagine how many
you want to save the simps.
Kind of a little bit, yeah. Even though it's gonna be a tough job.
I never even thought about
that.
I never even thought about that.
Yeah, because like when you simp, right? You kind of like you put yourself in a. So here's the thing: when you simp, right, right, like when you simp, you put yourself in a very dangerous position as a man where you're vulnerable to a woman. And the problem is that girls, their emotions are fleeting. They're changing all the time. So your happiness and fulfillment is contingent upon someone whose emotions change every 2 minutes. And what I'm trying to do is to flip the script and tell them your fulfillment doesn't come from chicks. It comes from fulfilling yourself first. But the problem is that so many guys think their happiness is at the end of a female. So I'm trying to get them like, bro, that's not how this goes. And then when they wake up, like snap out of it, they're like, oh yeah, holy crap.
A girl can't make you happy. Yeah. Like you got to be happy. You don't get a girl to make you happy. You're happy and you have a girl.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Like you don't.
But they have it wrong.
Right. You don't make money to be happy either. You're happy and you make money. Right. Yes. Or you're sad and you make money. Yeah. Like you can have a girl and happy. You can be a girl but sad. You can make money, be happy. You can make it. Like they're actually divorced from each other. Yeah. Right.
But it changed. But the turning point for me was when I started getting DMs with people saying like, yo, I was gonna, self-delete and I didn't because I saw this podcast or I saw this clip or whatever. And I was like, damn, okay, this is bigger than I thought.
What do you do? Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I know that was deep, right? And I get those messages sometimes too. What do you do when you get I'm asking for it, but what do you do when you get that message when someone says, man, I want to kill myself? What do you do with that message?
I respond.
Yeah.
I respond. Also, like most of the time, like the DMs, I can't respond to everyone. Mm-hmm. So, but some people sometimes have messaged me and said, yo, I'm really about to end it right now, blah, blah, blah. And then I'll hit accept and I'll just send them a message or a voice note and kind of just like talk them off the ledge.
Yeah, I've had to do that before, man.
Yeah,
like I feel like I've had to do it. It's like it's weird. You know, like it's weird and it's so you want to say it feels good to self, but you kind of don't because it's like it's also like a weird thing. Like I'm at lunch. I'm with my mom and somebody I want to kill myself. I'm like,
yeah. It's weird.
This is strange.
Yeah.
How do I handle this?
I either like respond right there or I'll like walk away and sound like a quick voice note. It'll be awkward to do that in front of somebody. Like, what the hell are you doing? So like I'll do that. But like, it just like because I look at it like this. If I could be the intervening force from them doing something to themselves, that's a W for me. Even if I buy them another day or two, So that's how I look at it. Like, because I wouldn't be able to, like, let's say something does happen and I didn't respond. I wouldn't be able to live with myself,
bro. Like, so here's the thing.
Like the music video Stand, remember that?
Yeah, I used to, so here's the thing. I used to respond a lot more to like to those, right? Then I was told by a lawyer that if you respond and you did and you and they did kill themselves, that you can actually be like
really
hold some liability. Like you should look into that. Like there's some so. If I do respond, what I do is I have the note. I'll forward it to you.
Yeah,
it's like in their response, you gotta give them the information. No matter what you say, you gotta give them the information to the suicide hotline.
Okay,
it's like on some legal shit. Just what
if they're foreign though? I get a lot of times it's from foreigners.
Hey man, you just gotta no matter what you say, put that in there just for legal. Because what happens is like their families will go through the shit. And see who they talk to, and like he talked to this motherfucker. Then they say, oh, this motherfucker got bread and. Yo, for real, like this is some liability there for you.
All right. Hey, man, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, because I thought about that, but then I was like, wait, this dude is like in Austria. What am I? Wait, is it gonna work? Like,
I mean, true. It's just copy and paste. Yeah, nice, right. Just put it in. Just you can say whatever you want, right? But like I was told that by a lawyer, like once after having this conversation.
You learn something new every day.
Nah, it's weird. Yeah, I keep as a note that I have to keep in my notes app.
That's good. I'm gonna put that in there.
And I'll put it in just so like if the words of King Keto. Don't talk this man off the ledge. I'm not held liable.
Yeah.
You can't fuck up my life too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Can't fuck my shit up, man. All right, hold up, man. The book is out. Boom, boom, boom. Women Deserve Less. Obviously, it's already a bestseller. Right?
Yeah, we're actually when I was coming over here, we were number 10 in the world. Oh, and
come on, man.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now. And then we were number 1 in feminist theory.
Yeah, number 1 in feminist theory. Yeah. Number 1 bestseller.
Number 1 in feminist theory. And then hold on, I'll tell you right now. I was number 10 in the world, and then I think 12 in self-help.
Yeah.
So
you want to save the Sims? I never thought about it like that.
Yeah, number 9 in self-help, number 11 in books worldwide, number 1 in feminist theory right now, as of this moment.
I think we got the same mission. We just come at it from different angles. Like you want to save the simps, but I want to help people ball. And it's the same.
It is the same. Yeah,
it's the same. We're just approaching the same solution from different angles.
Yeah. Because the solution is you got to get your money on point. You got to understand female nature. It's the same thing. Like you focus more on the money, right? Because the money, obviously, you know, people say, oh, money doesn't buy happiness. Bro, shut up. Like, okay, you could say that. Fabulous always famously said, money doesn't buy happiness, but it's a damn good down payment. And I agree with that. Like, even as a guy like me, that's a hardcore minimalist. I don't spend that much money. Guys, I got, like, you know, I wear my merch or whatever. Like, but I'd be stupid to not understand that money absolutely is required. That's why I take my money and invest it so hard in real estate, right? Instead of, I should be flexing like you, but but
you watched me for years.
Yeah. Not flex. For years, like a decade.
Almost a decade.
Yeah, not flexing.
Apple Watch, no jewelry. Yep. Right. It wasn't until I had enough assets to start paying. Like my watch is paid for with with selling
passive
covered
income.
calls.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Selling covered calls, options, like it's all comes from luxuries come from assets.
Yeah.
Right. That's right.
And I think and for the people out there watching, like, it's very important because what most people do is they take their earned income and buy liabilities. What you need to do is take that earned income, buy assets, and assets pay you a dividend.
Come on, man.
Then you're able to go ahead and buy, the nigga shit.
Yeah, and you can do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so everything Brandon's wearing came from passive income that's always coming in.
Straight, not from money I earned.
Yeah.
Like the earned income goes into passive. Like, so, but I waited until
I had passive income is more than 99% of people's active income. Yeah. So you balling for real.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like as far as like take home money, like take home from my, I have a few different businesses now, and as far as take home money, like last year was the first year I probably made more money. I made more money from my assets than I did income from like working on my business.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn, that's when you know you really made it.
Yeah, and that was like a
damn.
Yeah, so I think there's 4 levels of balling. I'm coming out with a new course.
Okay,
right? It's called Baller Mindset, and there's 4 levels of balling. Tell me what you think of this. I ain't ran it past nobody yet. And then we'll do super chat.
Exclusive here.
All right, 4 levels of balling. This is fucking broke.
Yep.
You ain't balling. Barely, nigga barely surviving.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Broke nigga shit. What's the matter with you, man? Dummy. All right. Then it's like comfortable, right? Comfortable, right? Your bills are covered. If you save up, you can go on like vacation, coach. Maybe you be on Spirit, Southwest.
That's probably where most Americans are.
Yeah, probably maybe every once in a while get you a Gucci belt.
Yep.
Get you a Gucci belt, right? Got enough for a Gucci belt, right? That's comfortable. Then it's balling, right? Balling is like, okay, now this motherfucker, he's making like a lot of money. He got, assets. He's really making way more money than he spent, like at least way more money he spent than he can spend, and he's investing that in different places. He's like close to 1%, right?
Yep.
Maybe not 1%. I don't know.
Maybe even less.
Yeah,
so I think what this is the top 1% earning somewhere between $400,000 to $500,000 a year.
Yeah, 1%. Yeah,
1% earner.
Man, Grant Cardone told me it was something different when I was with him.
He said like 800K. I watched that interview. That's a little high.
That's cap, right?
That's a little high, bro.
Like Grant's my man. I just feel like that's high,
Yeah, but anyway, he's forgot what the average dude makes.
Come on, man.
He's at a whole other. He's a billionaire, pretty much.
And then there's balling out of control.
Yeah,
that means your balling is out of control, meaning it can't be stopped, right? Yeah. Because you're making more off your assets than you are off your earned income.
Yeah.
Right.
That's wild.
That's when you're balling out of control. And basically this baller mindset is going to be the roadmap to go there. I'm gonna come out with it when it's done. Like I'm almost done.
That's a good goal to strive to, where your passive income starts to out earn your earned income.
I think that's the goal. The goal.
That's fantastic.
Because then you balling out of control, right? You can't stop. Like the economy can fuck up, all types of shit come up, but don't matter. Insulated, because even if you like lose your job, your business goes under, it doesn't matter, right? Like I can shut down all my businesses today, and I can maintain my lifestyle.
Yep,
because I made smart investments. Those years you saw me just wearing the regular Apple Watch.
Yep, that's where I'm at right now. I could walk away because like but my biggest thing. So like here's the thing with government employees. Government employees are addicted to comfort. Okay, There's coming from a former government employee that had 120K a year job. With a retirement, all that stuff. Government employees are literally in love with a stable paycheck every 2 weeks, right? So when I left the government, I was literally terrified, right?
Yeah.
And when I started that business, starting that business was kind of like my first step to like entrepreneurship, to get a little bit more capital, right? Yeah. And then when I left the government to pursue this, it was very scary for me, coming from like always having a stable paycheck every 2 weeks. So coming into this world and making the money, I was like, all right, my goal is to make at least what I made with the G.
Yeah.
I was able to do that in a year, buying 7 properties, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then now I've effectively almost tripled what I used to make with the G on a monthly basis. So me too, like, you know, just from like going really hard with the investing with the real estate, you know, if I wanted to, I could shut everything down and be cool because I spend very little.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think that's like, but no, of course, I think the goal for anyone should be, I want to beat my earned income with passive income. And that's a really lofty goal because your earned income can skyrocket.
Yeah.
Right. But your passive income is only coming to a certain degree because, you know, you invest 100,000, you're good if you get 10% back.
Yeah.
Right. So for you to really beat your earned income with passive income is incredible.
That's incredible.
But that should be a goal everyone strives to.
That's a good goal.
That's my goal now.
Let's go. That's what I like.
That's my goal now.
Come on, man. Let's go.
My goal now,
Let's go. Listen,
I ain't going nowhere.
We got some super chats. And I think some are for you. You know, this is okay if I have a woman read it. I know you. Is that all right? I don't want to offend you.
I don't mind at all. As long as they don't drive.
He's joking. He's joking, internet.
Mm-hmm. They're gonna clip that part. They're gonna clip that part. I already know they're gonna clip that part. Oh, misogyny! See, look at this toxic jerk.
What we got?
We have. Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go.
Flaming Dragon again.
Now, what up, Flaming Dragon?
Would 100K a year be the new average income?
That's a good question.
I don't know.
I think in the major cities is gonna be in a New York, LA, like you're gonna need that to survive.
To survive, maybe. I mean, the average, it depends on, I guess it depends on geographically where you live, right?
Yeah.
Because the average American right now has less than $1,000 in their bank account.
Yep.
You know, like
you know what's funny? I saw this stat the other day. 50, I think somewhere around 50% of 6-figure earners are in debt.
Yeah, they live paycheck to paycheck.
Paycheck to paycheck.
They live paycheck.
That was crazy.
They don't know how to do it. They don't know how to be minimalist.
Yeah.
Right? Because I was like you like years ago. Like,
yeah.
This is all relatively new.
Yeah.
Brandon Carter shit. I
remember.
I was doing the same shit you was doing. That's why I see it. I respect it. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was like maybe your age or you know what I'm saying, I was doing the same shit, just trying to get that shit right. You know. But you know, the average American man makes. The average
37 to 50.
37, 50, right?
37 to 50.
Has less than statistically, they have less than $1,000 in the bank account.
Can't cover $500 expense without going into debt. Yeah.
17 pounds overweight. The average man is 17 pounds overweight. It's so easy to be above average.
It is, bro.
Right? Like it's when we're talking about being like an elite dude or just better than average, it's not even hard. You know what I'm saying? Like these motherfuckers ain't even trying.
Yeah. Especially if you're somewhere like in Alabama or Mississippi.
Man. Come on, man.
Bruh, you make 100K in Mississippi, you're God. You're the man. You're the man.
You know, yeah, it's so easy to be above average.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? It is. And I don't know, man. I think you look at it like you're trying to save the Sims. But I'm like, man, these guys keep being losers. That means I'm just gonna be way better. I'm gonna get all the money. Nah, you know what, man? Keep playing them video games, man. Just jag off all day. I'm just joking. What else we got?
We have Anahim. Are you reposting old vids as a good marketing strategy?
Is that for me or Myron? It must be for me.
Yeah.
I think people see me doing that on TikTok. In shorts. So sometimes my guy he'll post the same, not Nima, the guy who does the shorts, right? Mm-hmm. I'm actually going to ask him about that tomorrow, but like I think I'm pretty confident. I heard him say sometimes they'll post the same video on shorts with like a different title. Or
a lot of people do that though,
right? And then just whichever one gets better, that's
that's very common
because some of them get outperformed by like 10%. Like what if we didn't test it?
Yeah.
You know?
No, I've seen people that have literally like 10 channels and they post the same videos on all the same channels. And yeah, bro, like it's like
it's some normal shit.
Yeah.
But we just testing shit out. That's all. A lot of super chats, man. It's not a lot for us. I know for you it's less. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
This ain't nothing.
It's all good, man.
I know.
They got some good questions.
You're only talking to 1,000 people. It's like, oh man, what am I doing here? I should leave. No, what they saying?
We have Pastor Fresh.
All right.
Exercise options or get more money in 2023.
It's always get more money, bro. Like I don't. The answer is always get more money, and I don't care what the question is. Right? The answer is always get more money.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter what the question is.
We can't exercise the options unless you get the money.
Come on, man.
So you got to build a foundation.
You can't do nothing without the money. And whatever the question is, whatever question you asking me, if you had more money, it would be easier or unnecessary.
Yeah.
Right. The thing you want would be easier or unnecessary.
Still learn female nature though, so you don't get played. But you got to get the money. That's the foundation, guys.
You got to get the money.
I'm big on like getting everything.
Yeah.
Like you got to understand female nature and have game, but at the same time, you got to get money. Like you got to do both. Like I don't know why people make it all or nothing. Like I'm only going to focus on money and not girls. I'm just going to simp, or I'm just going to focus on game and not get money. And it's like no, get
guys
both.
Who just want to be pickup artists.
Man, yeah.
And it's like, yo, how you gonna be a broke pickup artist?
Yeah,
you know
bro,
I mean, like, it might be possible, but like with a Herculean effort.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And then that's all you got as a girl. It's an empty victory.
Yeah,
but if you focus on getting the money. Even if you don't get the girl, your life
it's a win, yeah.
But you'll probably get the girl.
And you're gonna just move different. You're gonna have an abundance mindset naturally. And then most importantly, I always tell guys, don't make the money to get the girl. You get the money so you don't tolerate the fuckery that comes with the girl inevitably. Like, bro, it is so powerful to be able to like look at a girl dead in the face and be like, okay, well, you don't want to. All right, cool. I'm gonna go do something else, and just kick her out the spot and get another girl. It's amazing how much girls respect that. Kicking them out for not wanting to smash, bro, because you have other options.
Would they respect it?
Yeah, they respect it.
This is new. This is new information.
Yeah. Or sometimes they're like, no, don't call her, bro. I want to stay. And it's like, okay, well, but just that indifference is powerful because, bro, most girls never experience that. Okay, you don't want to hug. All right, cool. Listen, you know what? No worries. I'll get you Uber. You go home. I'm gonna go do something else. No. Sometimes they just want to get declined.
Yeah,
it's weird.
I'm learning a lot today, guys. I'm learning a lot.
Man,
today.
You know what I'm saying?
What is no, this is new, man. You know what I'm talking about. What else we got? What's he saying?
We have Pastor Fresh again. I need that WWDL and thought repellent bundle.
The thought repellent ain't out yet. They ain't enough. There's not a big enough market for thought repellent.
They want the book and
you got to read the book. Join. Link in the description. Join the victory unit. Link in the description. Right? Come on, man. Get this so you can learn about these chicks. Join the victory unit so you can be the guy that they chasing instead of having to chase them. Now, when they chasing, when we get enough guys getting chased by chicks, like you said in the last chapter, right? When there's enough guys getting chased by chicks, then we'll have a market to bring, thought repellent, into the marketplace. I'm excited.
Help us get the thought repellent going, guys. This is a good business strategy.
Yeah,
I like it.
I'm really excited about that. You create the market for the product. I never tried this before. This is strategy.
I like it.
We have Ricky Webster. Great interview with two super cool men. Congratulations, Myron, on your book release. I have my copy. And as usual, French toast props Zoom.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to classic Ricky. Classic Ricky. You know
he's a long-time supporter. Shout out to him.
Come on, man. You know what it is.
We have Khaled. Hey, yo, let me do the audiobook voiceover for this.
It's already done, bro. Mo is editing it right now as we speak. He's got 4 chapters done. He's halfway, and we should hopefully get the audible version out for y'all next week. And I actually voiced it over myself. I actually redid a couple of the chapters because I was like, this wasn't enough charisma. I gotta yell at these motherfuckers. Because I had there's some parts where I had to yell at them for yo, don't do this, do that, blah, blah, blah.
That's what's up, man. I'm excited to hear you yell.
But that's a pain in the ass. Because I figured out why so many people don't do their own audio. Because it's actually fairly it took me a while to do it. Yeah. But I just forced it. There were so many times where I was tired and I just did it anyway. And then I went back and listened to it. I was like, man, this needs more charisma. And I re-recorded it.
It's a long book, right?
Yeah.
I heard Ryan Holiday for his last book. He was reading and he said, man, I don't like that. And then rewrote parts of the book.
Yeah. Yeah, I did that too on this one, man. And it was only 80 pages. Yeah. There was a couple of chapters that I was just no, I don't like how this sounds or whatever. Yeah.
All right. Good thing is not long.
Yeah. My whole goal with this book was to make something, because let's be honest here, right? Yeah. You were born in the 80s, right? Mm-hmm. I was born in the 90s, right? So we still have some semblance of what it was like before cell phones and what reading a book is like.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm in a weird demographic where it's people I'm in the middle where it's some of us remember what it was like without the internet, but a lot of us don't, right? Because I got a younger audience too in their 20s or stuff. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna make a book. I'm gonna make it short. So because we're living this TikTok era of shorts and clips, make it short. So if they do pick up the book, they can actually have physical thing and read it quick. But I'm also going to make sure I get it out on Kindle because a lot of people like to read from their phone, and also get it on Audible because a lot of people don't like to read. And even myself, I'll admit, like I listen to Audible most of the time now. I don't really read like that anymore.
Honestly, lately I've been listening to more books than I read, just because I can do shit while I'm listening.
Exactly. And I listen to it at like, 1.5 to 2 times speed.
Yeah,
right. Same. So I listen to books a lot. So I was like, yeah, you got to get out on every single medium, especially in today's day and age. Like, I don't want to say reading is a dying thing, but a lot of people nowadays like to consume their
if you want to
content.
reach more people.
Yeah. So I'm like, yo, if I want to reach the simps and save them from simping, I need to make sure I get them in every avenue.
The simps ain't reading, man. They losers. That's why they simping.
Yeah.
Right. That's why. All right. What else we got? I don't know, man.
The simps that want to change.
Oh, Gabrielle Gonzalez. Hola, mi amigo. Que lo que?
Hey, Brandon, do you think you would have achieved the same amount of wealth and success had you kept doing music? If so, how would you make your money?
Good question.
Yeah, nah. You know what it was is the arts is like a weird place to be.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's because art is subjective.
Yep.
Like
huge disparity.
Right. Like your favorite song may be like the song I hate the most. Yep. And we're both right because it's art, right? Yep. But business is math.
Yes.
It's like it's just math. Either you made the money, you didn't. Right. And I kind of liked that better. Like it's objective instead of subjective.
Agreed.
So I think that, I always thought I'd be a professional musician in some capacity. I could play like keyboard, drums, guitar, and I produce it, like, and in some capacity I thought I would do it. But and I just decided, you know what, man, the easiest path to money would be to focus on business, because art is just subjective, right?
Yeah.
It's like I feel like it's not necessarily in my hands, and I could be wrong about that. And maybe that's just me like giving up, right? And that's cool too, right? It's okay. It's okay to have an idea and change your mind, right? But I just wanted to be in something that wasn't subjective. It was just like, boom, either you did it or you didn't.
Yeah.
I could just look at it like math, and
with business you can objectively solve people's problems and earn money. Yeah. With art, it's kind of elective. Like, oh, does this make me feel a certain way? Blah blah blah. And then it's you're relying on human subjectivity, which inherently in itself is flawed to a degree.
Yeah,
because everyone has different subjective views on how they look at the world and what they like and what they don't appreciate.
For instance, like,
what
everybody likes Drake at least a little bit. They think his music's pretty good, right? Most people, right?
I don't like him, but
okay, everyone but Myron, right?
Yeah.
But let's say we found out that like Drake was gay or some shit, right?
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people would stop listening to him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that didn't change the quality of the music.
Yeah.
Right. But some people, like homophobic people, would like stop listening to it, right? And it's that's how subjective music is, right?
Yeah.
But
and here's the thing too,
that art in general,
So this is one thing I don't think enough people have, right? So even though I personally don't like Drake's music and I have my reasons for it, I acknowledge that he's a musical genius and he will go down in history and rightfully deserves to go down in history.
Yeah.
So I'm able to appreciate his art for what it is versus I don't necessarily consume it. I don't like his music because I think it's very feminine, right?
I got you.
And it lowers your testosterone. But and I think Drake's music has kind of like led to this soy boy generation we have, but that's a whole other conversation. But my point is I can take my personal feelings aside and still be objective and say, overall, this is good music. Mm-hmm. It's going to go down in history, and he's talented.
Yeah, nah, man.
But a lot of people can't do that. Oh, I hate him, and I just hate him. It's like, nah, bro. Like, what the hell?
There was another part I wanted to bring up.
He's talented.
Drake,
yeah.
There was when you talked about like guys getting flaked on and shit by girls, and how it's like it's hyper competitive. Like for like even for a regular girl, like for the average guys, it's hyper competitive, right?
Yeah.
And so every time, back when I was single, long time ago, right? Back when I was single, if like a girl like canceled on me, right, you know what I'm saying, like let's say, oh man, she says, oh man, I gotta do something I want to if I gotta help my mom with something or something. I would think like even if it was true, even if what she said was true, she wouldn't have said that to Drake. You know what I'm saying?
I use Future for that. I say, bro, my litmus test is, would this girl do this to Future?
Yeah.
And if the answer is no, I'm like, all right, I need to
You just step your game up. See, I don't get mad at her. I wouldn't get mad. I wouldn't get mad at the girl. I would always think, all right, man, I got to step my game up. Yep. I got to get better, right? Because you know,
litmus test.
Because they can really, you know, the beautiful thing about, you know, female nature, like, you know, I don't know if I'm using that term right, but
there's good aspects about it. I talk about it too.
The beautiful thing is like it kind of shows you where you at. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like really shows you where, as a man, it shows you where you at. If your chicks are flaking on you, they won't give you the time of day. It's like you just need to step your game up. It's not the girl's fault, bro.
Bro, I said this on the podcast before. I think female nature is good because it gives you an honest barometer where you stand in the world. And here's the other thing too. Men, right? At least we get the benefit of getting rejected overtly. Women, however, are rejected covertly. And I'll explain what I mean by that. So if you get with a girl, right, and she doesn't show interest or she flakes or whatever, well, it's pretty self-apparent that she didn't like you. Cool. Yeah. You can live with that and go get another girl, especially if you have an abundance mindset. But with a woman, she'll hang out with the guy. She'll invest in the guy. He'll sell her a dream. She'll think there's a future.
And just leave.
And then he can never take her serious because she might have disclosed one time that she did some hoe shit. Or she might have done something that made him say, this girl ain't wife material. But the guy ain't going to tell her that because most men don't tell women the truth. They lie to them. So the girl, unbeknown to her,
heartbroken,
is rejected covertly. And they'll continue to sink time and resources and their feelings in. A lot of guys do this because they know if they told the girl the honest truth, hey, baby, I love you and all, but I want to have sex with other girls. I want you to stay loyal to me, not be a hoe on the internet, etc. Most girls will leave. So they sell them the dream, but they will never wife them because the girl exhibited some kind of behavior that disqualified her, but the man is not going to tell her that. So we get the benefit of at least getting rejected overtly.
At least it's like it's right there. It's like a cool. It's actually I really think you guys should look at it as a good thing. It's like, oh man, all these girls are rejecting me. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's not women. Maybe if I was better, would this happen? That's all you got to ask yourself, right? And here's the thing: you don't have to be Drake. You just gotta be better than all the losers around you.
Exactly.
And most of them are losers.
Yeah.
Statistically, most guys are losers.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
They really are.
Yeah. 17 pounds overweight, less than $1,000 in the bank account. You can't beat these motherfuckers. Yeah. Like who can you beat? You know?
And I mean, let's be honest here, right? We got 800 something watching, right? If we were doing some nonsense content that wasn't like teaching people or it was like just like mindless entertainment, there'd probably be more viewers here. If you look at like all the biggest YouTube channels, etc., it's not education. It's mindless entertainment a lot of the time.
Streaming video games.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's stupid stuff. Yeah. Right? But most people aren't interested in becoming better. They're more interested in like mind-numbing entertainment to kind of mask their terrible life. Like, let's be honest here. Go to work, right? To a job you hate, making money to barely survive, to buy liabilities that aren't creating wealth for you, right? This is the average American now. I'm not saying everybody. If y'all watching this, you're higher IQ just off rip.
Come on, man.
Right? But the average American goes to work, a job they hate, to spend money on things that they don't need, to impress people that they don't like, comes home, watches television for a few hours, goes to sleep, goes to work again, does this Monday through Friday, gets drunk on the weekends to numb themselves of the shitty life that they have, and they do this for 40 hours a week, for 40 years, to go ahead and get 40% of their retirement and just live off of that. And this is the average American life.
Die because the Medicare failed.
Exactly. So it's like that's the average life. And it's like, bro, if you want that, cool. But, but that's what most Americans do, which is why mindless entertainment does better. Versus really, you watching content like this. People aren't really watching self-improvement content like that because they're looking at it like, oh, well, this requires work.
Only the real G's like you are watching this, man.
Exactly. Shout out to all y'all watching. Just you guys being here, automatically you're setting yourself apart.
Come on, man. That's why you need to get the book. Right. Because when you can set yourself apart, you're gonna get more, and you got to give them less. Right. And you read the book to find out.
And guys, that's the author's copy. That's why it says not for resale.
Yeah,
on the thing. It's the author's copy version.
But. You know what I'm saying? But you can get it on Kindle right now. You don't have to have a Kindle. Some of you guys don't understand this. You could just have any smartphone, Apple device, Android. If it's Apple, though, you can't buy the book from the Amazon app. You got to go on through Safari or Chrome, log in to Kindle.
And Audible will be out soon too, guys.
Yes. All right, cool. And also, man, listen, join the Discord. It's free. It's in there. I got free courses in there to teach you how to build your money, muscle, and mindset. We add in new courses in there all the time. The people in the Discord are going to get the baller mindset for free when it comes out first, right? And I'm working real hard on that course. It's 100% free. you know, because we got to help these guys get better. So
Absolutely.
So I can put out thought repelling. You're doing it for a more altruistic reason. You just want to help people.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get thought repelling out.
Dude,
we're going the same.
We're going the same route.
Same direction. Right.
The why for everybody's different.
Yeah, everybody's
you know
why.
I mean? Yeah, everybody's why is different.
You're trying to help these guys. You're trying to save the Simps. I'm trying to keep these hoes off me.
Yeah.
Right. So I need y'all guys to get better. Right. So they go on y'all. Anyway. Anything you want to say, man? Please. Yo, those guys who are new. We got a lot of newcomers, man. You
hey, man.
Numbers, man.
Hey, man.
Listen, we do. I do this every Tuesday. So when Fresh and Fit, y'all not on Tuesday.
No.
So come over to Victory Talk, man.
Yeah, man.
Holler at us.
I'll be back here again too.
Hey, come on, man.
I'll definitely come back. I'm right down the street. It's like my neighbor.
I can throw him home.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm about to walk. I'm about to take a stroll of success.
What? Anything you want to say to people for that?
Man, honestly, thank you for having me.
No, man, I appreciate it. Person only guest. I probably won't have another guest for mad long.
Yeah. Well, hey, man, anytime you want me to come, bro, I'll come by. It's a Tuesday, man. I don't mind.
My dog.
You know. So this is just shooting the show with a friend.
Yeah.
No, man, guys, get the book. You know, whether you decide to get it or not, you know, it's all good. Tune into the podcast Monday, Wednesday, Friday. As y'all
Monday, Wednesday,
know.
Friday. You know what I'm saying? Tuesdays. Right here, Victory Talk at 7.
Yeah, check us out on Rumble because we're probably gonna get canceled at some point. Rumble.com.
It's only a matter of time. I'm surprised you lasted this long.
I'm surprised too, man.
You know
I ain't gonna lie.
Just blow my mind.
Yeah, I don't know how we did it, but
you keep surprising me, and this is like the biggest one. Like holy shit!
And we're going to we'll be in Dubai from the 16th to the 22nd. We're gonna do a couple collabs out there with some YouTubers out in the UAE. That's gonna be a good time. And yeah, man. I mean, free Andrew. Really? Like that's the biggest thing.
And Tristan.
And Tristan, man. And Georgiana, the whole squad. Like they're innocent, man. Bro. Like I just got some information today that literally proves these girls are cab, which I'll probably expose for y'all tomorrow. I just gotta figure out the information, everything else like that. But it's from a trusted source. And
big homies.
You know, this is what's going on with Andrew and Tristan is an injustice, bro. Like this is literally like violating human rights. And yeah. These dudes are the furthest from. I mean, you know them personally too. You've met them.
I mean, I've known them before. They was,
you
know,
same,
that. And it was like, those are my dogs, man.
Yeah. So it's just wild what's going on, and it's an attack, bro. It's literally an attack on like masculinity. Like if you do any type of like male self-improvement content, like they're gonna look at you like you're a toxically masculine misogynist, and it's
why I leave women out of it.
Yeah,
money, muscle,
smart,
mindset.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Smart, man.
But here's the thing: if you focus on your money, muscle, mindset. The book told me you'd get the women anyway. I just read that this morning.
Yeah.
So it's like,
and you've been on this.
Come on, man. Listen, man, yo, I just want to thank you for coming through, man. It's just
thank you for having me.
I just want to say, like,
I'm surprised we're in. I was ready to keep going.
Nah, you know, it's Nima got to sleep and it's 9. I wake up, man, early. But you know, it's I just also want to tell you, man, I'm just like super proud of you, man.
Nah,
like,
I appreciate
honestly,
it, man.
Like, we met.
I want to be here without you. You know what I mean?
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Like, when we first met a long time before any of this shit, like you was just working and then you joined my program and then you started making, like you was like a standout student in that. And obviously, right.
Yeah. I say it all the time. Like the money that I made, right, from the online fitness coaching was the money that I invested into Fresh and Fit because I was able to take a good portion of that money that I made, save it. And that got me the first like 40, 50K to buy the equipment to get the studio set up in the first place. Had I not had that extra money,
come on, man. It
would have been way harder because
all from when you joined my program.
It gave me extra income to like be able to use that to invest into the business. So it was really good to have the extra income. And you guys would be amazed at how like taking money from your earned income from your job, right, and then starting using that to start a side business makes you even more money, and then you're able to invest that and make even more money, man. And then that led to me being able to create more money to buy real estate. Guys, I own 12 properties now.
Come on, man.
So I was just leapfrogging the money, investing in the business and all that, and getting a big tax write-off. Bro, I was telling people this, not to drag on here, but I think I'll just use numbers because it's easier for people to understand when you say numbers. If I say, yo, you're going to get this tax credit, blah, blah, blah. Put it this way, guys. When I was working for the government, right, I made about $120,000, $130,000 a year.
Yeah.
I paid about $40K in taxes. Wow. For last year, made around a little over $1 million a year.
Come on, man.
I paid $36,000.
Come on, man.
So that is when I hit the eureka moment.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Having a business in real estate is the glitch. This is why everyone is mad at Trump that he won't show his tax returns.
Yeah, because he ain't paying
nothing. And none of these rich dudes are paying anything, especially these guys that have businesses or real estate. It is quite like the government rewards you for being an entrepreneur, but it punishes you for being a worker. So it's like, yo, own your own business, control your life, control your hours, control your income, and then pay less taxes because you create the infrastructure on which this country was built. Small businesses, real estate. You're employing people and you're housing people. If you do those two things,
that's what they want you to do. They want you to employ people and they want you to houses, right?
Yeah, but they're not teaching you this in school.
I got 30 employees, so I don't have to buy as much real estate as you, man. But
that's a nice write-off.
That's no, but I got other ways. I mean, that's why I moved to Florida.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Get out of the blue states, guys. Holy.
Come on, man. Listen. Shout out to Myron. Guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. And a good podcast, man.
Yeah, man.
I love
thank you for having me, bro.
My dog, man. I'll let y'all.